Hello, and welcome to episode 11 of Scion of the Dark House, a Gothic horror Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. That being said, there might be some subject matter that some people may not find the most comfortable. Things like violence, gore, blood, body horror, child endangerment, all kinds of things. So if there is something that may cross a line, make sure you take a break. Your support is... Wow, I just lost the words. Night's beginning great. Your support is appreciated, but your mental health is also incredibly important to us. I've made sure to get the lines and veils of every single player, so make sure you do that for yourself as well. So, last episode was interesting. We found some more about Percy's past in the cathedral in a very interesting way, involving both an argument and a very interesting carving under a pew. The party then lay in wait to set the trap for Gideon Herbert, investigating and snooping around the illuminated way until they finally sprung their little trap, only to find that things didn't quite go as planned. A perceived arrow to the head, ending him instantly, turned into a desperate fight against a variety of undead creatures, a flaming skull, and a very large explosion that blew out the front of the shop. As always, plans are made, but plans never stay on track. And so we begin tonight's episode in the wreckage of the front of the shop. Little flames licking at the wood, beams cracking and falling, and people gathered around, staring in alarm as the fight comes to an end, with you, Arthur, picking up a crystal skull off of the ground after killing whatever had become of Gideon Herbert. So, what would you all like to do?
So much for secrecy.
I think it might be a little hard to get out unnoticed at this point. I think I remember you saying there was like a secret entrance that opened or something.
Yes, at the back of the shop, one of the bookcases slid out of the way, revealing a just straight carved into the living rock stairwell in the back, although you are not sure what it is for.
Should we... Lark just kind of floats down. His shirt is like almost I mean, it was see-through to begin with, but he almost like died in a fireball, and his shirt was made of so much gauze. So you know that it's literally just like
it's dissolved into thin air.
It's dissolving as he descends, and he goes, Should we check out that passage? And can I just collectively say for all of us, ow!
It was surprising, and we're already in this deep.
At this moment, the crowd parts, as running up are various figures. You would recognize these as being nurses from St. Hypatia's, as well as several clerics from the cathedral, all of whom are running towards you. You were literally in the front of the shop. Everybody can see you. Just saying, everyone's staring at you while you're having this conversation. And awkwardly for Percy, it seems his mother and a familiar blue-skinned tiefling are coming towards them. There is much shouting and yelling as one of the nurses runs up to you, and other nurses seem to be going around and scanning the area to see if there's any more injured. One of them comes up to the closest person, I guess that'd be you, Arthur, and just goes, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what happened? And she starts instantly checking you and pulling out little vials of various things and starts trying to patch you up, and some other nurses come forward. You do notice, Percy, your ex and your mom are speaking with one another as they're
good.
trading bottles of things, pulling out bandages and preparing different spells and magical ingredients for healing purposes. They have not noticed you yet.
Okay. I guess before I try to do any nonsense here, is there any other injured people besides us who are like somehow caught in this mess?
No.
Okay.
Surprisingly, no. There are a few people who appear to have been knocked down by the force of the explosion or had an eyebrow singed, but there is no like directly in the flames, Sarah Connor gripping onto the chain link fence as the blast comes through style injuries. Everyone seems to have given the shop a wide berth for some reason in that particular moment.
Wonderful. Ooh, do I confront or do I just go down the creepy tunnel? That is the question.
We can always run away.
So right now they're only talking to Arthur, and no one's really paying attention to me yet, right?
There are nurses kind of running around,
Okay.
and at this point, there's probably one coming towards you.
All right.
Above game, should I be recovering HP at this point? Because I am still pretty damn low.
Me too.
I'll say that they probably have the healer feat. And I believe that means that you can heal a D4 plus something.
We can figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah. I know, Percy, you have that. The healer's feat.
Yes.
So
Oh, dear sweet baby Race.
I think this after being injured and fighting and being scared and now being forced to confront two of the people he desperately does not want to talk to. I think I'm just gonna kind of attempt to wave off this approaching nurse, and I'm gonna head down the tunnel.
Arthur, you'll regain 9 hit points.
Okay, that'll
from
work.
that patching up. And if anybody else would like a nurse to
I
do
want
something.
a freaking nurse. I
All
have
right.
9 HP left.
Nurse and
So
going
you'll
down
get
the tunnel
7
right now?
HP, Rerek, from the nurse kind of bandaging you up.
Thank
Say that
God.
again, Kyle.
Do we need to choose between the nurse and the tunnel right now, pretty much?
I mean, you could if you want to.
I mean,
I don't want to let Percy go down some creepy necromancy tunnel by himself, just because he's avoiding his crappy family. So Lark's I feel like he probably clocks it real quick and just like floats down the tunnel after Percy's receding form and being like, Percy, wait! Don't go alone.
You need to be healed. I'll heal you. I'm just gonna like walk and like start casting like cure wounds.
while pushing
Well,
them
actually,
in.
while you do that, since you guys are trying to sneak away, if either just Percy or both of you would like to make a stealth check.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. Do I have to pull up a stat block for your mom?
Why does that feel like an insult?
Your mom.
I have to find your mom's stat
okay.
block.
Well, while you look for
I got a
that, Arthur's
16.
just gonna like.
I got a nat 1.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Wait, are we all doing that?
It's not my fault. I'm so hot. I got a nat 1.
So after like spending some time having like cuddled with Jasmine a little bit to recuperate, I just Arthur realizes like that y'all have left and are going down the scary tunnel. Like, wait, what the fuck are we doing? I thought we were gonna take a minute, but I suppose not. So I'll have him
my 6
get up
points,
and
or
head
7
that
points.
direction.
I will say, with your nat 1, she did roll a 13. I didn't hear
Yeah.
what Percy rolled.
I got a 6. I'm standing right next to him, so I think regardless, she'll probably see me.
You do hear your mother's voice. She rolled a 13, so it's not bad, but I don't think she'd recognize you at this distance.
Okay.
She kind of calls out, "Those two in the back, make sure they're okay." And then some more nurses come towards you with healer's kits.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. Why are you so loud when you're so small? Like, I'm gonna turn around and I guess approach the nurses now. But like, it's we're fine. Really, don't need to worry about us.
Are you sure? That was quite a big explosion.
Speak for yourself, Percy.
Thank
I
you.
can handle it. It's like, fine. My friend, I may require some care.
And
God,
this nurse
honestly,
begins
Percy.
like opening the healing kit and pulling out things. And if you would like to get treated, I'll roll for that.
Lark has 5 hit points left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you get a whopping 6 hit points
Why
back.
do we only have one healer? Jesus. All I can do is shoot things.
Heal on Percy's face so his mom can see his face.
So I guess Percy's just kind of accepted his fate at this point. It's gonna just sit here waiting as Lark gets healed. It's just very obviously seething.
That you can make your escape. Yeah, well, it seems your mother has begun to come through, and she actually does come up to Arthur first and gives you a quick check before she kind of looks at you and goes, "I recognize you." And she points to Jasmine and she goes, "Oh, you're one of Percy's friends, aren't you?"
Well, I was before I got half my face melted off.
Is he here?
I'm not quite sure. In all the raucous that's been going on, I don't know that I could recognize a single soul, smoke in the eyes being what it is.
She kind of looks at you for a moment. If you'd like to make a deception check, you may.
That I will do.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a 20, baby.
Shit, I gotta get the stat block back out.
Or your mom.
I know, that's just so... Wait, was that even the stat block that I wanted to give her? Yes, it was. So you said it was a 20 what? 20?
20.
Just flat 20? Okay.
Not nat, no.
Not nat.
Yeah.
Okay. 19. Okay. So she just kind of raises her eyebrows a little bit and she points at one of the nurses and she's like, "Check him for a concussion." And moves over and
Percy's gonna he is seething but also starts thinking, if they take an oath to uphold Saint Hypatia's words, and I have an injured companion, so I'm gonna take out my healer's kit and I'm gonna start healing Lark.
Oh,
all right, you can roll it.
All right, Lark, that's what do I add to that? Another 7 health.
He's at like half health now. Hell yeah. Glad you
Yay.
can't repair this shirt. This non-existent shirt.
Well, there is always fairy godmothers.
God. So I'm just knelt over his little fairy body now.
Yeah, at this point, I think your mother would probably see you
Yeah.
and kind of just like snaps for a nurse. She's probably at this point looking at Rerek and just like snaps to get a nurse. She wouldn't have recognized Rerek because he wasn't there
Yeah.
at the luncheon. And she walks over to you. What happened? Why are you here? What happened?
I just tie like one last little suture a little bit too tight on Lark. Well, mother, after going into the cathedral and learning of some curse that was afflicting some of the acolytes, my friends and I noticed that the books they were carrying were from this bookstore. So we came to investigate. When we did, we were attacked.
Well, I guess that explains the explosion. All right. Well, we'll deal with this another time. The hospital's always open. And of course, my house is always open to you.
Yeah.
Sure it is. And the hospital's only open to those with coin, and we both know that.
Well, either way, you definitely need some rest. You all look hurt. And I
Percy's
still
definitely
have
pretty
no
hurt,
idea.
but he's like, no. Like,
We'll deal with this tomorrow. I'm going to make sure everybody else is okay.
should
And
I
she just
expect to
turns
hear from
and-
you tomorrow?
She just
She's like, okay,
turns
bye.
and walks away. And at this point, clearly Ed has noticed you as well. And just kind of walks up, hands on hips. Well, you just couldn't leave well alone, could you?
Well, at least one of us is trying to do some good in this city. Just
Sure.
come over to taunt me? Is that really what we're wasting your breath on?
I see you certainly did a lot of good for this business.
All this business was poisoning the minds of young acolytes and causing them to turn on one another. So you know what? I'd say that I did, actually.
So an explosion was the best option?
That was not us. That was the Skull Man who was in charge.
You know, Ed, we'd be delighted to show you how it all works if you care to take a closer look, says Arthur as he reaches into his pack and pulls out one of the books with which I'm sure that Ed is familiar.
All right. Tell me, how the hell did all of this go down?
Well, there's a lot of information in this book. I really think you should take a look. It should explain quite a fair bit.
Lark's gonna kind of like float up when he kind of catches wind of what Arthur's trying to do. He's just be like, I think he really has a point. It's in some of those illustrations they were using. You have to really get your nose into it and like almost feel the book. You really should try it. He's kind of just almost like he's doing that like creepy thing where he floats around someone's ear while he's talking to them. He's just like, you really should try this out. You know that, right?
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Hey. Hey, it's something I'm actually good at.
I was gonna say your charisma should be pretty good.
It's only going to be a 14, 8 plus 6.
Okay. Well, he gives you a little bit of a raised eyebrow before taking the book. And he kind of looks at it, opens it up, flips through it a little bit, and he kind of stares at it a bit funny before he clearly begins to wave his hands, his eyes glow, and he begins to cast a few spells while looking at the book. And then finally he casts one, looks at it, and then just slams the book closed. Well, That's certainly interesting.
Any other
Any
questions?
No. I guess I'll be on my way. I clearly know when I'm not wanted.
Which is always.
And he just
It's been
turns and
handled.
walks away.
Did he leave the book with us, or did he take it with him?
He left the book on the table.
I'm just gonna snatch that right back up. Snatchity snatch.
And at this point, you do see him go over, and he is starting to speak with Percy's mother.
Of course he is.
In kind of hushed voices, but still
Percy.
conversing.
I can't
Percy.
stand seeing them together.
Percy.
Yes.
Percy. How are they still talking?
How are they still? I don't. Excuse me. What?
normal for mortal families
Hmm.
for your mother to favor your ex-lover over you?
We're just gonna. Who wants to go investigate the terrible, scary, dark tunnel?
That's cold.
Me.
It seems like a better option. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna say at this point that like Jasmine has already started to creep her way
Yeah.
down there, and it's just kind of like looking back to see what the hell we're still doing.
Is there, like, I want to be immature a little bit in this moment. Are they like is my mom or Ed like holding some paper or a book or anything that I could like use thaumaturgy to like cause a little gust of wind to like blow it up in their face or something?
No, they just seem to be conversing
Okay.
with one another.
Well, then I use thaumaturgy to make it smell real bad in there. Like I make it smell like a fart.
Oh,
They
God.
both kind of just turn and stare for a moment of like, what?
Can I try to make it so they don't know it was me that did that? Like roll stealth or something.
Flatulence.
I
The
guess
goal
you
is to
could
make it
roll
seem
me a
like they
sleight of
thought the
hand
other
if you
person
want.
farted.
I guess you could roll me a sleight of hand
Sure.
if you want.
Wow.
That's a pretty high roll.
The highs and lows of D&D.
For real.
And that's a 17.
Yeah, so they kind of turn and look around,
I'm
and
just like
the
not even
faces
looking at them. I
scrunch
start
up.
walking down the tunnel.
So
Yeah,
Percy's
so
just the last one still out there, just so he can try to make it smell like a fart around his mom. And
I need some kind of revenge. This is the best I can do.
So the tunnel is not really like a straight shot tunnel. It curves. It's a very sort of narrow, very tall, steep staircase. Rerek's shoulders are probably brushing up against, not like squished by the walls, but kind of like brushing up. And your head is kind of down a bit low. This is clearly made for human-sized humanoids, not larger individuals such as yourself. But you do manage to wind your way down. It's a surprisingly long staircase for something that's basically just carved into the rock, until you get to the bottom.
Where's the bottom?
Hey, real quick. You see what I did there? Can I keen smell and primeval awareness to get an idea of what's going on down here?
Yes.
If I can.
Yes,
Okay.
you may. And your primeval awareness only senses undead, is that correct?
That is correct, unless for some reason I have marked a creature. Jasmine's is just a general perception with advantage.
Okay. So yeah, you can give me that. I have to check a spell real quick.
So Jasmine's keen smell is a 21.
Uh-huh.
And then just a refresher for primeval awareness, that's undead within 5 miles, direction, distance, and number.
Direction, distance, and number.
While you're looking that up, some flavor. I'll
Actually,
just
wait,
kind
never
of
mind. Never mind. Reasons.
Oh, okay.
So you don't sense any undead immediately in the area. 5 miles, it's probably going to hit something.
Yeah.
So there is like some undead presences really far away, but none immediately inside the building.
Okay. Any scents worth noting?
A lot of dust and stone. And there's something that smells a tiny bit like ozone, and something that smells a tiny bit like mint with maybe a hint of licorice.
So I guess this interaction kind of looked like me, Arthur just sort of motioning for everybody to hold for a moment while Jasmine like raises her head and does that like open mouth scent thing. And she kind of looks up at Arthur, and Arthur relays that information to the group. The strange scents that Jasmine can't quite place, but something ozony and something like mint. I don't know. I've never sensed this combination before. It could be magical. If any of you might be able to provide more insight, all I can tell you is what Jasmine smells.
Oh, I feel like I have to do it.
All right, give me an Arcana check.
14.
14. So the
Mhm.
mint and licorice could be just literally like plants, like a mint plant or and black aniseed, or it could be potion ingredients. Ozone, there's some spells that kind of smell of ozone a little bit. So it could be a variety of things, but it could also be something else. You know a bit about artifice, and that has some stuff where they do weird things with various gases. So it could be artifice, alchemy, magic. It's definitely not purely mundane, though. Neither the mint and aniseed scent, especially combined with the ozone scent, those two things, those three scents are probably used in some sort of magical thing.
While Rerek's doing his detection, Jasmine just sort of like sneezes, like she's not enjoying how tingly the scent is.
Yeah.
Is it like in our vicinity or like right in front of us, or is it just dark? We can't see nothing.
It is very dark until you get to the very bottom where there is light coming in, but it seems like the light of candles. Let
Lark,
me
I know
check
you've
something
got
real quick.
dark vision. Rerek, is that a
I do have one
Dragonborn
too.
thing? You've got
Yeah.
dark vision as well?
Percy
Okay,
just cast
cool.
the light spell.
I do have that too. Oh wait, I don't. Sorry.
God.
Wrong thing.
So gonna, I guess, roll perception to see what's in here.
Yeah,
With
if
my
you want
regular
to.
eyes, my regular non-dark vision eyes.
Warn the non-humans next time. God.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Perception is gonna be a 23.
Ooh. Yeah, you're still in the staircase at the moment. It is a staircase.
Sweet. I
It
keep going
looks
until
like,
it's not a staircase.
yeah, it does look like it was just straight carved into the rock. There was nothing brought down here to make this staircase. It was carved and taken away. The stairs go into the wall goes up over. It's all one big, basically, hole drilled in. You do get to the bottom. It does take a bit longer than you'd expect, but you do get to the bottom. There is a circular chamber, which looks like it was carved with a lot more care. Whereas the wall is rough hewn and has edges and bumps and things from clearly somebody just hurriedly carving this. The wall is smooth. There's bas-reliefs on the walls depicting strange hooded figures carrying knives, weird tentacle monsters flying through the air, through stars and clouds, and all kinds of strange sights, horrible and terrible, in this sort of dome that the ceiling forms. And along the wall, 12 on each side, there are 24 niches, each of which holds a skull with a rune carved into its forehead and a candle. All of the candles are lit. The other side of the room is a door, and this door seems to have a very strange darkness filling it. As you stare at it, it seems to move, almost as if the darkness is solid, like a cloth with a bit of a breeze behind it. It seems to undulate and move forward and back. In the center of the room is a pedestal that is carved to look like these weird hooded figures and other tiny monsters holding up the circular stone on top of which sits a chalice. It's made out of some sort of white quartz or moonstone, but inside of it, it's still full of a dark liquid. There is text above the door. So can anybody read? What was the, I can't find the exact language. Can anybody read primordial?
Yes.
Hang on. Wait, did you say yes?
I can.
Oh, well, then yeah, go for it.
Okay, what does it say?
So it says, extinguish the lights of night and let true darkness guide your path. And that's it. That's everything that's in the room.
I should be like the expert of this, but I'm like, I have no idea.
So this door, is it like a doorway just full of darkness, or is there darkness on
Yes.
the door? Can I see through that darkness, or can I not see?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So Lark's just gonna be like, anybody else notice the moving, the door with the darkness? I can't see through it.
Yep.
Here.
Not really liking the vibe down here, to be frank.
And that black liquid thing. It seems the same kind of substance from I don't know. I forgot where we encountered a black liquid.
Have we encountered a
some
black
point.
liquid?
You've
The
encountered a
ink. There
variety
was
of
the ink.
black liquids.
Yeah.
But Jasmine does tell you this is where she's smelling the licorice and the mint from the liquid in the cup. It does not smell like the ink.
Yeah.
And the darkness in the doorway is what smells like ozone.
Okay. Rerek, you said you could read whatever those squiggly little pictures over there are.
Yes, it seems What does it say again?
Extinguish the lights of night and let true darkness guide your path.
Yeah, that's what
Also,
it says.
the runes on the skull's foreheads are also in primordial.
Okay, let's read
Did
some
these-
more.
Do these skulls look anything like the one that's in Jasmine's pack right now?
No, they seem to be
Okay,
all
different thing.
bone skulls.
Okay, got it.
So the runes on the forehead, not really in any particular order, but the runes on the forehead are lantern, bone, lake, veil, sky, moon, flesh, beast, forge, cold, flame, water, death, star, chalice, harvest, twilight, darkness, blade, tome, dusk, horror, shadow, and slumber.
I really don't like any of this.
Are any of the skulls like non-human?
Nope, they all seem to be uniform in the sense that they were taken from the same species of creature.
Hmm.
There are, of course, slight variations to the face shape or how high or low the eyes are or other things like that, but that just seems to be natural deviance, as opposed to this is an elf versus this is a dwarf or anything like that.
So it looks like at this point we've got two options. So we can either fuck off or roll the dice and put the candles out. I'm thinking
Well,
maybe that's what extinguish the lights of night means.
Yeah.
Do we need to? You said the candles are marked with symbols. Do we need to extinguish only certain candles, or just all of them?
Eh? Wait, were the candles marked or were the skulls marked?
The
The
skulls are
skulls.
marked, but the candle and the skull are in the same sort of niche or hole carved
Yeah,
into the
yeah, yeah.
wall.
Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know. Lights of night just reads candle to me. Personally, I'm not looking entirely forward to what happens when we do that, but the rest of you seem rather curious. So,
I
And some of us
am
have dark
curious,
vision.
but also hesitant because we are quite injured, and if there's anything dangerous up ahead, we will not be in the best shape to handle it.
if
When there is something dangerous,
he says,
ahead.
gesturing at the swirling black portal.
That does look ominous.
Yes, I
So-
don't think we're exactly in the best of shape to deal with any sort of. Lark kind of just looks around the room and at that, and he goes, primordial eldritch beings of darkness. At least not right now. I feel like that's a little above our pay grade, and we're not getting paid to do that either. We completed the contract and we found out what was going on down here at least. Doomsday cults are a dime a dozen. At least that's what I thought they would be.
Now, devil's advocate, so to speak. The gentleman who was running this establishment is now gone. His head is in my bag. I'm gonna circle back to, we still don't know if he was the only one involved in this and can't be sure that all this will still be here if we leave. Again, still voting for leaving. Just laying all the cards out on the table here.
I would like to see this through, but unless I do think probably a good idea to come back to this when we're not hurting quite as
Halfway
badly.
dead?
Maybe tonight, if we still, I am in the mood to, well, so a little bit of, well, I don't want to do chaos. Hey, Paycheck, forgive me, but I want some sort of vengeance, and right now I think the only person we can really exact it upon is the fairy godmother. So maybe one of our stealthier companions could go, like we said, swap that pot of ink out for hers. That could give me some level of satisfaction for the night, and then maybe tomorrow we come back here when we've had a chance to rest.
I thought we were going to taint her makeup with the ink.
Oh right, that was the plan.
I thought we were going to set her hair on fire.
I don't think that was
I thought
ever
we were
planned.
gonna set the entire shop on fire,
Well,
or the sign that she has. I don't know.
that does sound a lot more fun than whatever's lying beyond that doorway.
We are hidden by the bookshelf, right? This passageway.
The bookshelf did not slide back into place.
Oh,
mm,
Okay.
So as far as you're aware, it's still wide open.
Is
So
it?
how long is it going to be until one of those unsuspecting passersby just wanders down here?
yeah, because they have no one else to heal anymore. Because the four of us already came through here, so they're probably just investigating upstairs.
True.
All right, I'm calling it. Can I have Arthur just like shoot an arrow at one of the candles just to knock it over?
Sure.
I mean,
Dramatic, but
The
I can
arrow
use prestidigitation.
bounces out of the niche, blowing out the candle. The candle's just been blown out.
And that's it. Okay.
Can I use prestidigitation? What the hell? How do I say this stuff?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, to all the candles.
All the candles go out. Nothing happens.
Now what?
It's dark down here. It's dark down here now.
Said let darkness be your path or something like that. Now that it's dark, does anything reveal itself?
Those of you that have dark vision, the door doesn't seem to change.
Can I? Lark's just gonna be like, we can't see into the door, right? And nothing, we don't hear anything coming from it or anything like that.
We just smell of ozone.
Just
It smells of ozone, but there's nothing coming from the door.
Can I do magic? Detect magic? On the
Sure,
door?
you can do detect magic.
Okay.
Actually, let me check a spell real quick to see what it is. And I just flipped past it. So the darkness in the doorway is, it should be, oh, interesting. It's evocation magic. The chalice has conjuration magic on it. The liquid inside, if I can actually get to the spell to make sure it is what I think it is. Is that not the name of the spell? That's weird. Nope, I know exactly what it is. Sorry. I'm aha. Yes, it is transmutation, the liquid, and all of the skulls have divination magic. So if you'd like to make another Arcana check, now that you're you've gathered a bit more clues, you can.
Okay. That's a 20.
Oh. So the smell of ozone, the fact that it's kind of moving and shifting a little bit, and the fact that it's evocation magic, what's in the wall, what's in the doorway is force. Essentially, it is taking magic and condensing it down, crushing it so much that it becomes solid. This substance of a sort is oftentimes used to create platforms that can go up and down, to create walls that keep things out. It is essentially solid magic. So it's force. The liquid in the cup probably has some sort of, since the cup has conjuration, there's a variety of things it could be doing, but it's probably keeping whatever liquid is in the cup magical or producing more of it. The fact that it's transmutation and also that you smelled licorice and mint, it's probably something akin to a dark vision or night vision potion, something to help you see.
Well, I hate licorice. Who wants to drink this thing?
Why in God's name would we drink a mysterious liquid?
Well, I've looked into it, and it should be safe. It can only help with your vision and how you see things. That's the only change it will do.
That's
It's not poisonous or anything.
how terribly reassuring.
We could take some of it with us and let those big brains over at the university take a look.
I don't have detect poison prepared right now, so I cannot check.
We don't need to
So-
touch it to transport it, do we? Doesn't anyone have an empty flask or bottle?
Can we just take
I'm
the
not
cup?
touching it.
I'll just drink it. I'll do it.
Cool.
You'll drink the cup?
Yes.
Oh dear God.
Well, I'll drink the liquid and then I'll sell the cup.
So you drink the liquid.
I thought I was the impulsive one.
and As it goes, it does taste nasty because it's mint and licorice.
I hate licorice.
I do too. So yeah, that sort of nasty flavor, but also that sort of sensation of drinking water after eating something that's very, very minty, that freezing cold. No matter how warm it is, it's always freezing cold going down your gullet. Your eyes adjust. And as you hold the cup, you see the cup actually fill back up slowly with liquid. And staring into it, surprisingly, you see it's not just black. It has, almost as if you're looking into space, a nebula filled with stars. And the force in the back, also, same thing. It's as if it is a window directly into space. Additionally, you see some of the skulls have blue flames coming out of their eyes. The ones that have blue flames coming out of their eyes are
Hold on. Let
Moon.
me write this up.
Okay.
Where's my paper? Okay.
So the ones with blue flames are Moon, Star, Twilight, Darkness, Dusk, and Slumber.
Cool. Okay. And
That's it. Nothing else has changed.
Do you feel all right?
it's
And yes,
trippy,
none of the rest
man.
of you see this.
Mhm.
Are you still you, Rerek?
Yeah, I'm just tripped out. So the symbols seem like it's describing a night cycle, like the cycle of the evening, or I don't know, or whatever's there
Mhm.
at night. Like, I don't
Okay.
know.
So it's highlighting specific skulls. So I'm guessing
Also,
Yeah.
all of the candles are currently out. They have
Yeah.
not been relit.
Right.
the little clue says something about putting out certain candles. So maybe if you put out those candles, the pathway unlocks.
Yeah.
The rest
Candles,
need to
the
be lit.
candles are already out.
We can light up the ones that are not these
All right.
words.
Well, you're the wizard.
Tell us about the flaming eyeballs.
Yeah. Sure. So I see flaming eyeballs on the skulls that has these words on them. Moon, star, twilight, darkness, dusk, and slumber.
The lights of night.
Sounds close enough.
Yet again, do we really think that this is a good idea right now?
I don't know. I already
No.
drank this stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, do we want somebody else to come down here and do? You know what?
Oh, just light the candles. We're here.
Okay. How do I light them up?
I mean, they're just regular candles. You can just strike a match or
You're
Blow my breath on them.
We can prestidigitate them, Rerek.
Yeah.
yeah, you can do that. You can just press
Okay.
to digitate them all.
I thought it's only for like snuffing out candles.
You can
can
light
light
them.
them.
You can light them with candles.
Okay.
You can light the candles.
I'm lighting them up. Oh,
For the love
So yeah,
of
you
shit.
go through and you light up all the candles that don't have a skull with weird blue fiery eyes.
yes.
And indeed, the force seems to shimmer and it fades away.
The force is with us. What?
Well, now it isn't.
Well, now it isn't, yeah. The
we
passageway
dare?
seems to be open, but
You
dark.
reflexively fire an arrow through the creepy doorway that just moved.
We see into the darkness now that like force is gone.
Yes, you can. It is a short hallway, once again, kind of rough hewn stone. And there is a room that seems to have a large vat or cauldron that's kind of pushed into the corner. And there are a lot of bones on the floor.
Damn it.
Someone had a nice dinner.
That's not encouraging.
And then there is a longer tunnel with I think that's where most of your dark vision would stop, actually, except for Rerek, because your dark
have the
vision is now
trippy-
extended to 120 feet for
Holy
8
shit.
hours
Oh god.
because of that potion.
Awesome.
So you actually do see all the way to the end where you see another room that seems to have something kind of pushed up, some kind of like wooden barricade clumsily pushed up against the wall, and there seems to be a faint sort of bluish glow coming from behind it. But other than that, there's nothing else.
Cool. I don't know if anything's alive down here. And I kind of don't want to go forward until there's
I mean, I just fired an arrow down there and nothing moved. So
okay. Okay.
You said there was a barricade? I mean, people don't usually make barricades unless they want to keep something out. So, not encouraging. Also, you said there were bones. I can't see anything. So there's bones in a barricade, but that doesn't sound great.
Turn on your nightlight, Percy. No need to be so dramatic.
Can I grab one of those candles and give it to Percy?
I take it. I'm like, thanks, Rerek.
Here. And then I go poof. Now you have lights. Let's go to the barricade. I see something behind it.
Also, at this
Okay.
point, Jasmine probably reacts a little bit as there's a scent that wafts down the hallway that is very similar to the ink.
Okay, fuck.
Not liking that. So I'll relay that information that Jasmine smells that. Yeah.
It smells like the ink, like the demon ichor, like demons. Is there a demon behind that barricade?
All I can tell you is what it smells like.
And we're all okay with this? We're all just gonna.
I'm not gonna say okay, but
I mean, now that we know how to get through here, we can always come back.
Yeah, that might be smart. I'm quite low on magic right now, and
Same.
maybe fighting a demon is not in our best interest at the current moment.
where was the inscription that had the instructions for bringing down the door again?
Above the door.
It'd be a
This-
real shame if we covered that up before someone else came down here.
I was just gonna say, can I like fuck that up with my short sword or something?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
Roll
go for that.
damage.
Roll damage. Okay.
Yes, because I mean it's not that hard to hit a wall. So yeah, roll damage.
That'd be 9.
All right. You kind of hack at it, but your sword keeps bouncing off of the wall.
Mm,
The carving seems to be too deep to kind of just fuck up from hitting it with the sword.
Can I follow with me? It's not quite a full thing, but part of Druidcraft is that you can spontaneously make little natural things happen. Can I maybe just like cover it with moss or some like lichens or some shit?
Yes.
Something that would grow in a cave?
Yes, that
Lark
is
is
totally
really-
within the realm of Druidcraft.
Lark's just gonna be like, oh, that was such a. He's gonna just pat Arthur like on the side of his head, and he's gonna be like, I like your style, kid, but leave it to me. And he's gonna just Druidcraft to just grow some lichens obnoxiously, and he's gonna make it go around the door so it's not super noticeable.
Mhm.
Gonna need a little bit to like Druidcraft and be like, we're good at covering things up where I'm from.
mm. Way to make me look bad.
All right.
Doing lichens.
Do we have to reactivate it or something? Turn off all
I-
the candles.
Yeah, I would. I vote for just covering that shit up and. That's yep. Letting it go.
Press the save button. Save.
All right.
Wait, do we know if we put the candles back out or back on, is it going to even bring the door back, or is that for nothing?
You can certainly try.
We don't know.
More prestidigitation. Oh, I see.
The moment you flick one of the candles that were supposed to be out on, the force shimmers back into existence.
The force is back with us.
All right.
Lovely.
Well, I'm tired.
Agreed.
And next time I won't drink that thing. Someone else drink that.
This looks like a situation for tomorrow.
Oh wait, we don't have to drink them again.
We might want to take that cup with as well, just to be safe.
Or knock it over. Okay. No.
So are you taking the cup with you or are you just knocking it over?
I mean,
Let's take
Rerek had it, so
Oh,
Okay,
true. You
take
are.
it. You
All right.
take it if you want to take it.
I don't want it.
Jeez, I don't have a bag.
Fine. How do we even get it back? It's filled with liquor. Okay, fine. I'll hold it. God.
It fills itself up, so you can probably throw that thing away. Put it up.
And it'll just
outside.
leak in your bag for eternity.
Right.
If you turn
I
it
mean-
upside down, does it keep just
Flowing.
splashing out liquid?
Yeah.
I mean, one would assume God.
We can always try, right?
I don't want to. You put it in your bag.
Somebody put it in their bag and we'll come back tomorrow.
I don't have a bag.
Just
Okay,
carry it. You can just carry
fine.
cups.
I'll take it. Jesus Christ.
So you're just carrying the cup
I'm just gonna carry the cup. Yes.
full of liquid.
Yeah. The mysterious cup full of liquid. Past what one can only assume is just a throng of people in this like burst open building.
It's soup.
You know what? Stealth. Can I like stealth my way through like up the stairs and through that like doorway hole that Lark came through and like maybe I don't know, climb down the building out the window on the other side, not with a cup in my hand, no.
Wait, who has that bag with all the enchanted weird items?
I've got them listed in my inventory, but
They were in a chest, and I think you guys ditched the chest at some point. So they're
Oh,
all just
okay.
like in your pockets and bags.
Oh,
We could use
what's
the
my
wand of
pocket?
Pyrotechnics. We could use the wand of pyrotechnics to make them think another explosion's going to happen.
Oh my god. You want to terrify these poor people. You know what? If it gets me in bed faster at this point, I don't care.
That's the
Okay.
fun of it, Arthur.
Make
It's
the
just a cup.
explosion happen,
Doesn't-
and then we're all gonna run out with panic in our faces. That will make them all run too.
Arthur's just gonna start. He's just walking.
Let's just go.
We're
We're just gonna
we're
go.
Done with the conversation. He's just walking. It's just
So wait,
up the stairs.
the wand of pyrotechnics, how does it work exactly?
Fireworks.
It has charges. One moment. Let me pull out.
Because I remember that's like the thing I kept from the hag bag, but I
Yep.
never actually
Yes.
used it.
It has got 7 charges left.
Yeah.
Yes, it has all of its charges. If I can just get to, yes. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges and create a harmless burst of multicolored light at a point you can see up to 60 feet away. The burst of light is accompanied by a crackling noise that can be heard up to 300 feet away. The light is as bright as a torch flame, but lasts only a second.
Okay. Lark's just gonna be like, I can help make a pretty big distraction if you want to slip out. Would you like to do that, Arthur?
You do what you want. I got a cup to carry.
Now, can Jasmine lead you through the dark is my real question, because that's another thing we could do.
So, interestingly enough, leopards are pretty farsighted. She can see very well in the dark, but not very well in front of her.
Most cats.
But I
are.
have dark vision. Arthur
Well-
has dark vision, 60 feet.
Lark's gonna be like, well, it won't work through magical darkness, but that is a way that we can also just get out of here without anyone noticing us. If you all want to follow me, well, how could does anyone have some rope?
Wait,
I do.
Are they even still up there? Are all those people still up there?
We don't know.
You don't know.
I think we're worrying about this far more than we should.
Says the man whose ex decided to ask 20 questions before we came down here.
Well, he's a bit of a dick, and just hold it under your jacket or something. Let's go.
Okay.
It's just gonna be
Okay,
like, I can conjure us some magical darkness to slip out of the entryway unseen.
Feel free. I haven't stopped walking this whole time, by the way. I'm just
Yeah.
Arthur's just
You
gonna
all
keep
are
going.
While
walking
we're
up the
walking and
steps.
talking, to do this, Lark has to turn all 3 of his last first level spell slots into sorcery points.
Mm.
Because I have 3 left from our fight, and I'm just going to convert all of those into sorcery points so that when we get towards the entrance, I can cast darkness using sorcery points instead of a spell slot.
Hmm.
And when I do it that particular way, I can see through my own magical darkness.
Yes.
So that's
Smart.
what, yeah. So I'm gonna convert all my spells into sorcery points, and if once we get close enough to like the exit, I'm just gonna cast darkness on like I'm gonna cast darkness on the cup, because you cast it onto an object and that object can move.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm gonna just shroud the cup in magical darkness, and before I do that though, I'm gonna be like, everyone just like, he can't have everyone grab onto him, but just like make a conga line pretty much.
So wait, just to be clear, now instead of carrying
No,
a
it's-
strange magical cup, I'll be carrying a strange ball of darkness.
You're carrying a ball of a ball of pure inky black darkness that obscures all light within 60 feet of it.
Yeah, and
Oh,
there
fair
are
enough. 60
so
feet,
many
okay.
bright lights around here. It's going to be a very noticeable orb just moving. You would,
Yeah.
I was going to say, you would know this before you cast the spell.
Yeah.
That
This
it would be, there are enough bright lights that it's not like, oh, it's the night. I can just whoop.
Yeah.
It's like all the lights are on. Everybody's houses have the lights on, shops have the lights on, people are holding torches and candles and things like that outside. They're going to notice a giant orb of black
Yeah.
darkness encompassing light moving towards them.
Well, what if
Okay,
can I
so-
cast it in like the middle of the room so that at least where everybody's at gets shrouded in darkness and it doesn't move?
You could.
And that
Can
way
we
I can
just-
lead everybody through. I feel like that's an easy way for us to sneak out without anybody noticing us. Because there's no way anybody else is going to be able to see through it other than me. Unless, like, your ex happens to be an evil warlock who can see through magical darkness.
I
Person.
wouldn't
Any-
put it past him.
Do we have any spell that can make anybody just sleep?
Oh, I mean,
Arthur,
a
you're
sleep spell.
sneaky. Can't we just put it under your jacket or just hold it somewhere they can't see and walk by?
At this point, that's my vote, but I can really only do that without a clump of strange-looking people following so closely
Okay.
near me and my giant cat friend. I mean, she's pretty stealthy too, but it is a room full of people. You know what? Stealth check. Just walk right on through that bitch.
Yep, give me a stealth check.
Stealth check it is.
I will say it seems like everybody is dispersing a little bit.
Okay.
We're not
14
investigating
and
walls.
13.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't going to, like, you don't vanish into the night, but
Right.
people aren't going to be turning around and staring at you. You are kind of just, another face in the crowd, I would say.
Thank God. All right.
Cool.
Yep. I'm just gonna
Then
keep on going.
we all follow Arthur.
Yep. And you follow Arthur into the somewhat vibrant nightlife of Darkmoor City. There are still people out and about. The Candlelight Theater is still open, and there are definitely a few people going in that direction. There might be some nightly extracurriculars that are happening at either of the universities. There's still people wandering around, going to various little shops that are still open. But everything's beginning to kind of calm down a little bit.
Wonderful.
Fabulous.
All right. Should we retire or do we want to screw with the fairy godmother tonight?
I need a bath really bad.
Sounds
Stay
good.
around. We can mess with her later.
We've,
All right.
we've gone through enough tonight.
Back to the
So-
down falcon.
To the down falcon.
Of course, the Down Falcon, once again, welcomes you with open arms, and there are rooms for you to be able to get your long rest in. I will leave it up to you what you all dream about, what all horrors or other things might enter your mind. You are able to take a bath, a nice warm bath. And the morning comes with no issue. And
Well,
the day
I
is
for one
now
am gonna head down
yours.
for breakfast food.
Yeah.
Yes, it is another wonderful porridge with plenty of bacon and sausage and pancakes and all kinds of other delicious things that the Down Falcon is very much known for. And it is delicious as always. And Jasmine even gets a special kind of chain of sausage links that they seem to be saving, knowing that you seem to be repeat customers. They seem to have started keeping things, little treats for Jasmine here and there, in case you come back.
How kind. I'm just gonna go ahead and be nice and just like give what's her name? The hair one? Just an extra 5 silver just for being kind to Jasmine.
Of course, yeah, they very much happily take your extra 5 silver. And the day is yours.
All right.
So how does everybody feel?
Better.
Oh, Rerek, your strength, your point of strength that you lost returns. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna heal up and clear my spell slots here.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you get your long rest in.
There we go. That's all sorted. Lovely.
Finally.
Definitely a lot better than yesterday. I think the only thing we really have to take care of is, well, finding out whatever is behind that evil door.
You mean presumably the demon that's been being drained of its blood to make this sulfurous ink that's been poisoning
that was
people.
my first thought. Yes.
Yeah. Mhm. Right. Mm. Yeah. So I'm just gonna slide this idea out there and hope you guys go for it. We could just leave it. Just kind of let it go. Because I mean, we all almost died yesterday. Burst into flame. And that was just a guy who happened to be in touch with said demon.
I have a question for the DM.
Uh-huh.
So can demons be good?
Can demons be good? Yes. Angels can be bad. Demons can be good. There's a variety of differences between them. They tend to move in one direction. So you never know. It could be if there even is a demon down there, it could be a good demon. It might not be a good demon. It might be a very bad demon. You don't know.
It
It's
could also
possible.
be incredibly pissed off that it's being held hostage and drained of its blood for God knows how long.
Yeah, but if we help it out, I wouldn't pass up a good favor.
A favor
Oh.
for the demon could be rather helpful.
Oh God, and now we're rationalizing this. I'm gonna need more bacon.
It was your mission that took us there in the first place, Arthur.
My mission is complete, and I'd rather get paid than die.
You
Well,
can get
Speaking of
paid
which,
and die.
I can't imagine what the dove is going to think after this fiasco. So much for secrecy.
Well, we did the best we could, and I think we should investigate. I decided to pray and relearn the detect evil and good spell. So before we enter, I could cast that and hopefully discern what's behind that door.
Oh, that fills me with such confidence.
That's something.
You know, I have the feeling that I'm going to be outvoted here. But at the very least, if I'm going to die today, I'd rather do so with coin in my pocket. So perhaps we should maybe try to get in touch with the dove.
It's not a bad
Very
idea.
well. Let's do
All
it.
right. So then back to your lovely undead girlfriend's place of employ.
Right, we're still doing that joke.
I mean, Percy has very interesting tastes, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, quite. A tiefling and a vampire lady.
Yes, one
A
day we'll meet all of
vampiress.
your exes, then I'll get to laugh at you.
Yeah, because I've had so many opportunities for romance in the assassination business.
And I'm only 15.
You're only 15? Did I know that?
Right. So, the dove?
This has been a lovely chat. Yes, the dove. I above game can't recall what is it, the something about a headstone?
No, it's the shovel and spade.
Shovel and spade, that's it. Yes, to Franklin, the
Yes.
youngling who delivers my messages for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
All right, so you trudge through the streets of Darkmoor in the morning to the outskirts of town where you find the shovel and spade the dark red glass and dark black wood rising as the single structure on a very large plot of land with very many grave diggers digging holes in the mud in the background. Pushing open the door, you find that, yes, Franklin is working, wiping down the countertop, and it seems to be empty as nobody's drinking at what, probably 9 in the morning. And he kind of looks up and goes, "Oh, well, welcome back. Did everything go well?"
Yeah. It's the business is concluded. We'll put it that way. Have you heard from our, we'll say, shared friend?
No, I think she was going to go somewhere else for a little bit. Work and stuff. Takes you a lot of places.
How incredibly enlightening. So Arthur's just going to kind of like jingle a handful of silver pieces in his hand, and do you believe you may be able to get a message to her?
Maybe. It might require the use of a sending spell.
Well, that's not something that I would be able to help with. I'm assuming it's not in your repertoire either.
No, but I can buy one.
Oh, fabulous. Yes, do that. What do you need?
Just enough gold to purchase one.
And that
they are a bit expensive.
Oh,
I can't
dear.
remember what the exact conversion was for spell scroll prices that I put in this. Checking my notes. I mean, the only problem is it's a spell scroll's like, well, to get sending, it would be 150 gold pieces.
Holy crap.
Dear sweet Lord. Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's a bit expensive. I bought one once, but I think I have a friend who can cast it.
Okay. Tell you what, here's 30 gold. Do what you can. Send word as soon as you have any more information for me, please.
Of course. And he takes the gold. So what do you want me to relay?
Just inform the dove that the business has been completed. I'm sure she has already heard of exactly how that went down.
All right. I'll get to work on that immediately.
Excellent. Thank you, Franklin.
And he goes back to like cleaning the bar.
So Percy, did you want to say hello while we're
leave.
here? Oh, okay. I thought you maybe might want to.
Do you want to introduce?
Percy's already like walking away.
Lark, I'm sorry, what was that?
Lark's just like, did you want to introduce her to your mother?
I slammed the door behind me.
It appears his patience has expired.
We do tease him somewhat terribly at times.
Yeah.
I'd feel worse
All right.
about it if anyone taught me to feel bad about anything.
I know what would make him feel good.
I cannot wait to hear this.
If we if we make fun of that, or if we prank that lady.
Oh,
the fairy
dear
godmother.
Lord. I thought you were going to imply that we should hire him an escort.
Or that.
I mean, judging the dream he had the other day, Lord, the man needs the release.
Oh, dear sweet Lord. This seems like it would be an excellent place to find that, to be sure. I mean, what with the paying and blood and all, I'm sure it's not something that they would be above. At any rate, we're getting off track here. And I can't even imagine where he's at this point. He's left quite some time ago. Perhaps we should just follow instead of speculating his motivations. Yeah, Arthur and Jasmine are just gonna, head out the door.
And I'm gonna follow.
Lark's gonna trail along in the sky. Whatever. I don't know. Walking for losers.
What was that?
Your mic kind of cut out a little bit.
Oh, I just said Lark's just gonna trail everybody, like floating in the air, and I shouted, "Walking is for losers."
Oh.
Percy, where are you going?
I'm going to fight a demon, I guess. Sounds better than hanging out with you assholes.
I haven't said anything about your ex this morning.
Wow, the gratitude, the unmitigated gall.
We could mess with your ex instead of messing with the fairy godmother.
And I'll stop walking. Like, okay, tempting. I don't need to live my entire life revolving around pranks. So my vote is still head back to investigate that underground mess, and we can think about and while we're doing that, we can sort of to ourselves in our own heads think about how we could prank my ex. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Thrilling.
Okay.
All right. Well, I was hoping to die with more coin, not less. But I suppose it's better than just waiting. So, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do that.
Yeah.
So you all end up heading back to Cathedral Square. It does take a little bit since you went all the way to the outskirts and came all the way back. So it's probably close to maybe 10:30 in the morning by the time you actually get to Cathedral Square. There's definitely some barricades that have been set up around the outside of the illuminated way that has been blown open. People are making a wide berth around it, but there doesn't seem to be a lot else that's kind of changed about the square.
Okay. So it doesn't like there's barricades, but could we just walk in?
Yeah, actually, you can.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I've just accepted the fact that I might die today. So
These humans are so cavalier about explosions near where they live. I think there'd be more guards or something.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any guards around it, weirdly.
Cool. Yeah.
That doesn't inspire the utmost confidence, to be frank. Yeah.
So you easily squeeze through or just fly through or over the barricade. You go to the back where the bookshelf seems to have not moved, and back down the stairs to that mystery room.
All right. We just need to do the candle thing again. And
Or you can all drink from the thing. It's okay.
I'd really rather not.
Yes.
It's
Oh, yeah,
okay.
I don't put strange unknown liquids in my mouth, Rerek.
But you do that to other people. That's fine.
Other people are foolish enough for it to happen. It is what it is.
well,
I
we
suppose
wrote
one can
down
assume
which
at this
which
point that the
candles
cup
are the
has
correct
been
ones
deposited
anyways.
in my bag.
We can
Okay. We can all just bring one random candle. That's
Aren't you supposed to know this? You did this yesterday.
yeah.
Does it look like anybody's disturbed the room since we left?
No.
Cool.
Well, I light up the unlit the skulls that are
blow
not
out the
supposed to be
candles.
lit. Yeah.
You blow out the candles that you remember you blowing out yesterday, and the door fades away. You do not have the dark vision that you had before, since the dark vision would have faded with you having a long rest, as it only lasted 8 hours. You are once again left with the dark corridor that those of you with dark vision can see a good bit down, but it's still dark beyond.
Sure. So Percy's like, all right, warning this time. And then I'm gonna cast the light cantrip.
Much appreciated. Above game, my apologies, gentlemen. I really desperately have to pee, so I will be right back.
All right.
Also, if it ever does matter, Lark's dark vision is 120 feet because he doesn't get it
Oh.
from his race; he gets it from his subclass.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's
So
also-
you can see all the way to the end where there's that barricade and that ever so slight blue glow kind of poking through the holes in the ramshackle barricade.
Looks creepy.
I do remember seeing a blue light behind the barricade.
Yes, it's still there.
Mhm. Is that a light from a living creature or?
Would be-
As we're starting to walk into this room, Percy's gonna cast Find Traps, just as a precaution.
Oh, detect traps?
Yeah.
There are not any traps.
Sweet. just making sure.
Yeah, there are not any traps that you can see
Sweet.
with the spell, which is literally, if you could see it, it tells you it's there.
Sweet. Glad I
spell
burned the
is
second level
trash.
spell slot for that.
All right, so who's ready to gamble with what can only be presumed to be a very angsty demon?
Or tired one.
Well, that's probably going to be what happens. So we're like more into the center of this area now. Is there anything else we pay attention to here, or are we just walking right up to the door?
I mean, we
As you
could check out what's
pass-
in the cauldron. Like,
I was about to say that the room does have a cauldron in one corner that you would be able to see from the door.
Let's check out that cauldron.
You walk up to the cauldron. Whoever is doing this, is there anyone who wants to do this?
yeah, I'll go.
Do it.
You walk up to the cauldron. It is not quite filled to the brim, but definitely full of this inky black liquid. And it seems really thick, like it has some sort of like skin over the top of it,
Ugh.
and it's solidified a little bit. And as the light from Percy's light cantrip comes close, it shifts away and it begins to change. It actually moves upward a little bit. Features kind of vaguely form in it. A hole opens up where you presume there might be a mouth, and you hear just
Oh my god.
Rerek, don't
as,
drink
as it still tries to get away from whatever this is.
Is that alive? I think it might be alive.
So it's like jumped out of the cauldron?
No, it's moved to the back of the cauldron. Since you've come into the room with the light cantrip, it's moved to the back of the cauldron.
Kill it.
So it's
Kill
kind
it.
of like
Somebody
backing
kill
up
it.
into the corner.
Yeah, so I guess I'll approach and I get like real up close with my light cantrip. How does that go for it?
It forms these like pseudopods that wave almost like it's trying to bat the light away, and it just
It makes
and
noise.
there's also some it is making noise.
Can you? Can Lark just be
Sorry,
like? Can you
Zoom just
speak?
asked if I was playing music.
Oh,
You also
That's
see
hilarious.
pseudopods like slapping up against the wall and sliding down it as it's trying to like scramble away from this, but it seems to be.
You got super quiet there. I can't really hear
Yeah,
you.
you
Yeah.
got super
Just
soft
faded
there,
away.
Spencer.
Oh dear.
something happened to your mic. I don't know.
Just faded away.
Did that
Still
happen?
really quiet.
Yeah,
We
I
can't hear
can't
you at
hear
all.
you anymore.
Oh shit.
Oh no, TM.
Uh, Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So while this weird goop is making this wailing noise, of which I will not repeat, it, it appears to be trying to both scramble away and bat at the light. Whatever it is, it seems kind of defenseless.
Can I try talking to it?
Oh God.
I was
Sure.
gonna spit fire to it.
Lark's
See if
just
it's
gonna kind of like
flammable.
hover above Percy's shoulder and be like, stop for a moment, Percy. Don't get any closer to it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna call over in common, I guess, first. Hello?
It still is wailing. At this point, it must have sensed that none of you are making any direct movements towards it. So it's still kind of batting, trying to get the light away, but it isn't scrambling as much.
Percy, cover the light.
I'll just
Can
like
it
kind
speak?
of like snuff it a little bit.
At this point, it just slides back down into the cauldron, and the goop still seems to move and undulate a little bit, but it's completely lost any kind of facial forms of any sort.
Can you understand me?
No response.
In Elvish, can you understand me?
No response.
In Sylvan, can you understand me?
No response.
Let's kill it.
Wait,
Can I
wait.
try same question in Undercommon?
No response.
Me too. I
Let's-
want to do that.
One
I want to play
more
this
go
game
for
too.
Infernal.
No response.
All right,
Oh.
this thing's stupid. Kill it.
I want to play this game too. I Primordial.
No response.
Abyssal.
There is a response. It
Wow.
shivers. It shivers, and this weird mound forms, and a hole stretches, and it begins to move and reshape itself, undulating, and it tries to make a sound that you would recognize as like an abyssal syllable. You have no idea what the word it's trying to say is, but it's trying to say something.
I mean, I have comprehend language. That's
I can tell you right now, it wouldn't help.
okay.
It's just saying, it's trying to say a single syllable, but
Through abyssal.
in abyssal.
In abyssal.
So comprehend languages wouldn't help. Because I don't
Poor
think comprehend
creature.
languages works with certain codes or ciphers or anything like that. So if it was trying to communicate with you in code, it wouldn't help. But
It
it
seems,
seems
to
to
be
just be
trying
completely
to-
unable to speak fully in abyssal.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I light my hand with a sacred flame, and I'm like, so kill it.
Put it out of its
No.
misery. It's freaking me out.
It's speaking in Abyssal, so it's not like it's worth that.
Well, why would a cleric say that?
Because you're speaking
Can I-
abyssal. I don't trust things that speak abyssal. Like
You
it's-
don't trust me?
Spencer has a point, Percy. We shouldn't judge everyone just for speaking Abyssal.
Wow.
It's also the fact that it's a horrible little slime that tries to wriggle away from the light, and I just don't get great vibes from it. So
Please kill it.
Wherever did you mortals get the perception that light equals good and dark equals bad? I'll never know.
I think what
Right.
he's getting at is that gelatinous ooze creatures that used to be sentient, but now only sort of are, maybe bad.
Try healing it. Maybe it's injured.
I will not do that.
Oh God.
Kill it with fire before it lays eggs.
I throw my sacred flame.
Okay,
at
good.
it.
Okay, I'm killing it.
You
Good.
slam the sacred flame, almost like you're just slam dunking into this thing, and it seems to splash, but freeze in place as it writhes and shrieks. It's very clearly diminished in size. You hear this sound as smoke comes up, and the smell clearly gets worse. You've diminished it in size, but you haven't fully killed it.
Okay, it's not dead.
Wait a
It's not
minute.
dead.
Lark's just
How
gonna start,
diminished in size?
Maybe like a fourth.
Like, would it fit in a water skin?
No.
Lark's gonna start snickering as he casts Toll the Dead on it. Because Toll the Dead is a sound that fills something's ears, and whenever Lark casts Toll the Dead, it's just a bunch of fairy cackling.
The fairy cackling rings out and it shivers, also kind of shrinking a little bit in size.
Ooh, this is fun. Let's keep torturing it.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
We're not trying to torture it. We're trying to put it out of its misery.
Please do. This is heinous.
Can I
Okay,
breathe
well-
fire into it so I can just go die?
You certainly can. Are you using your breath weapon or
Yeah.
firebolt or?
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll say you breathe fire into this cauldron, and it just boils away.
Okay, bye.
And now the vat is empty, but it definitely has a lot of residue.
Collect the residue.
All right.
Okay.
You have one vial of demonic residue.
Ugh.
Well,
Be careful how you use that. Ooh, what if we put that in her makeup?
Oh dear God.
okay.
We have collected some substances that we can.
Yes, some very interesting substances.
Let's get some more.
Don't
this
use
this
it
is
as
pretty
well.
much the only notable thing in this room, right? Besides,
Yes,
the
I
other
mean, there
door.
are like bones on the floor,
yeah.
but they don't seem like they would hold anything too important, at least not at this moment.
They're just for the ambiance of having bones and being
Like that.
spooky.
Is there a skull or anything?
Yeah, there's probably a skull.
Oh,
Oh
Lark's
my
definitely
God.
like puppeting the skull with his mage hand.
All right.
Yep.
Wow. We're
I've
all
had enough.
having fun here.
I'm firing an arrow at that barricade.
Look, that was a person before. Be respectful. Like,
Yeah, you fire an arrow and thunk, it just
And that's
hits
it.
the wood.
Excellent.
okay.
All right.
Barricade
That
that's
was my
glimmering
attempt.
blue.
I'm gonna cast detect good and evil.
Why didn't you cast that to that little blob?
It was evil.
Oh my God.
So yeah, there was
He's just
definitely
decided.
some sort of abyssal, fiendish thing in that cauldron.
I was right.
Interestingly, I don't think it. Interesting. Okay. You don't sense anything. Weirdly.
So say it's from behind the door specifically.
Mm-mm.
Cool.
Nothing.
So I get like
Nothing.
I kind of look confused. Like, well, surprisingly, not picking anything up behind the door.
All right, Rerek, set it on fire.
We just try opening it.
We should see what's behind it.
I can burn the barricade.
We can try.
You certainly
Can we
can.
move it? Like,
We can burn the barricade.
you
We
seem
should
very
go-
passionate about burning the barricade. Go
Let's
ahead.
get
Burn the
closer to see if we can see what's on the other side before we remove it.
I don't
Oh,
think
now you're the wise one.
I'll just yell in abyssal. Whoever you are, stand back. We're gonna burn this thing down.
There is no
Why did
response.
Abyssal sound like a Looney Tune? Like,
That's what it is. Bugs Bunny,
I get
well-known
that sound.
Even Abyssal just
demon.
makes you sound like Elmer Fudd.
yeah, right. A
Elmer
well-known
Fudd,
demon
the worst of
Fifth
the
Order.
archdemons.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, burning the barricade. Poof. What did I do?
It just,
Firebolt.
yes, you hit it with a firebolt and it just burns and collapses. One moment, I'm writing things down because reasons.
Fuck.
Beyond, you actually see a relatively empty room. However, in the center of the room, are 3 paintings. 2 of them are on easels. 1 of them is on the floor. The one that's on the floor has been scratched so that parts of it are peeling off. The 2 that are on the easel, however, are glowing a tiny bit, giving off that sort of blue light that seems to pervade the room. They depict weird sort of alien landscapes, but both realistically, but there are also areas where the paint seems to drip and melt, and almost as if someone just took a palette knife and just slapped the paint on. It doesn't really have any sort of form. It's very abstract, and it moves between the 2 of them. And they're just sitting there.
Most horrific thing of all, post-contemporary art.
Oh my god.
There she is.
Burn it with fire!
I want to
Kill
use
it. Kill it with
detect
fire before it
magic
lays eggs.
again. I want to use detect magic in these, please.
Yes. Let me see. There's definitely some strong transmutation magic, very strong evocation magic, and very strong conjuration magic. It's like a sun of this stuff coming from these 2 paintings. And there's residue of it on the 3rd painting, although that magic seems to have faded enough that while it's still there and sticking to the painting, whatever these paintings do, that painting can't do it anymore.
Okay.
Well, that's weird.
Didn't Herbert draw magic in his art yesterday?
Okay.
Yesterday, can you hear me?
Yeah,
We can now.
Let me just shout at you like an old man. Can you hear me?
Speaking of Looney Tunes,
Lark's just like, didn't Herbert use tattoos and art for some of his tricks yesterday?
Yeah, I suppose he did. The tattoos were, yeah.
He conjured those animals with tattoos, I think. But
Do you think you could conjure with a whole painting?
I don't know that I want to find out.
yeah, I guess we'll get up close with these guys, and the landscapes are completely unrecognizable to us, right?
They are very alien landscapes. Most of the painting is recognizable as something. It's very detailed. So detailed that it almost does seem real. But there's also parts of it that look like somebody just slapped paint on and it dripped and slid, and there's solid clumps. And it seems to move back and forth between the 2 in different areas. It's very weird.
Is there anything else in this room other than these paintings?
Nope, just the paintings.
And they were barricaded in here.
So
Okay.
the barricades are pointed like towards this room, like to prevent something from escaping.
I don't
No,
know.
it
it's
just
all
looks like
burnt
a
off.
door. It just looked like a makeshift. I probably shouldn't have said barricade. It was more of like a pallet or just like a bunch of wood nailed together into the vague shape of a door and just propped up there. It's not like there was things pointing in or pointing out or anything like that. It was just wood nailed together.
Okay.
So, what say we just steal the paintings and figure it out later?
And you shoot an arrow through the painting?
Wait, Rerek,
I'd
don't you have the
rather
identify
not.
spell?
No, I had detect magic.
I thought you'd identify.
Oh wait, I do have identify. Let's do
Did
that.
you prepare it for today?
Let me see. Thanks for the reminder.
I don't know that you've changed your, or at least we haven't heard that you've changed your prepared list.
Right.
That's what I'm checking. Because I don't remember if I did. Plus, I can't add it anyway, so I have to like make a note. I have to add it directly to my
yeah.
PDF
Manually
all-
because it's
because it's all fucking sucks.
yeah. I had to do the same thing with some of mine.
This thing
Ooh.
has been fine. I did prepare it.
Okay.
It's there, according to my notes. Let's do this.
Okay. And so are you casting it as a ritual or are you using a spell slot?
Spell slot.
Okay. Well, it takes 1 minute to cast. Okay. And you do actually have to touch it. Okay.
I do.
Yes. So
Wait.
you go up to.
Do I have to touch them one by one, or can I do? I have two hands.
I think you can do multiple. Can you?
I mean, we did it with the items, so yeah, with the enchanted items.
I thought you were just doing like repeated castings ritually.
Now that does sound right.
Yeah.
I think you
mean-
can only do one at a time.
Yeah, you choose one object.
Yeah.
Literally
You
the
can't
first
just
line.
like lay down like starfish over a bunch of magic items and cast it.
Right. So you'd have to cast it twice. Well, or presumably they both do the same thing. So
Okay.
Let's just do the first one and we'll go from there.
Okay. Let's do that.
So you reach up and you touch the painting and you begin casting Identify. As you do, and you look at the painting, there are moments where everything in the painting seems real. So real that there is actual depth and distance. Other times when it looks like just paint on a canvas, nothing more, nothing less. And it seems to kind of move between the two. It's a little bit nauseating to watch. And I need you, one moment, checking some things. I need you to make a strength check. Just a check, I believe it is.
Okay.
above game, I do not like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Why strength? I'm like not the strongest physically.
I'm checking the spell.
I got a 10. Am I gonna die?
No, you're not gonna die.
Did you remember to do your divination thing for the day?
Oh yeah, your portents.
You get
What's
two
that?
So roll a d20 and take those two numbers. Of course, tell me what they are. And those are like predictions of what are going to happen. So you can use a reaction to give it to anything that's making a roll and force them to take that instead of whatever roll they made.
Okay.
Hmm.
7 and 16.
Okay. So do you want to use a portent now, or are you okay with whatever happening?
Wait, I'm confused.
You can, instead of choosing to roll and literally roll the dice, you can use one of those numbers you already have stored up in place of the roll for either you or anyone else
Anything
that's
else?
doing a check.
So that 6, you said? If a creature is coming up and gonna hit one of your friends, you could just say, I use my reaction, you roll the 6, and then they'll just miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll use it. The 16. I got a 16 and a 7.
All right. So as you're holding this painting, you feel as though the world is trying to drop out from under you, as if something is trying to lift you into the air. And in a moment of surprise, you let go of the painting, and the painting floats
Oh my god.
in midair.
I don't like that. I don't like any of that.
And the other painting vibrates violently in the easel, as if it's also going to rise up into the air.
Nope, 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 nope.
And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Or-
Dun, dun, dun.
Oof. 16.
13.
16 for Arthur.
Mhm.
I think
Oh my
13
goodness.
for me.
16
that
for
you say-
Arthur,
You
13
say
for
oof,
Rerek.
and then you're like, oh, 16.
Well,
I got
it's
a-
oof because that was even with advantage because I get advantage on
Oh,
initiative rolls.
wow.
So that's kind of poo for me.
I got an 8.
8 for Percy. And then Lark got
A 19.
a
Probably one of his best
Ooh.
initiative rolls that I can remember.
Ooh.
Spicy.
All right. So it looks like Lark is up first. You see the floating painting that Rerek had just let go of, and the other painting vibrating violently in its easel. These two things kind of still glowing. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna fly. I'm just gonna, do the Lark thing and fly as high up as I can with my 30 feet of movement.
Uh-huh.
Assuming that am I in like their threat radius or whatever? Would I be?
I'm going to say no. Although
Okay,
you
so-
don't know what attacks they have.
True. He's just gonna, do the Lark, the Tokyo drift, whatever you call it. No, that's driving. So, Fast and the Furious movie.
Scion of the Dark House, Tokyo Drift.
I love that movie, honestly.
It was probably my favorite of the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
He's gonna fly upwards and be like, oh.
The
they
ceilings are
were-
probably about 10 feet.
So yeah, he'll fly 10 feet up and be like, they're a little gauche. And he's gonna cast a Scorching Ray
Ooh.
and gonna throw 2 bolts of fire at the painting Rerek was holding and 1 bolt at the other one.
Yep.
So for the 2 that Rerek's holding,
You are leaning away from your mic, so I can't hear you.
sorry, I was just rolling my dice. That is a dirty 20 and
Uh-huh.
just a 9 to hit the one that Rerek's holding.
Both hit.
Oh, sick. Hey,
Ooh.
score. I love how I've looked it up so many times that like my thing just knows to auto complete Scorching Ray. So that's going to be to that one. It's going to take, I want to say 4d6 fire damage. Yeah.
I'm sure that's correct. Wait, how many is it per? Wait a minute.
Per Scorching Ray bolt, it's 2d6 fire damage.
Okay.
So I've only rolled for the one that Rerek was holding so far. It's
Uh-huh.
taking 19 fire damage.
19 fire damage. Okay.
19 fire damage to that one. And to the other one, if it hits, 14 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That one is going to take 7 fire damage.
So you blast these things with fire. The one that Rerek was holding looks like it's barely holding on. The paint is beginning to peel away from the canvas. It's bubbling and some of it is dripping onto the floor, which strangely is glowing, whatever color it is. There's a puddle spreading on the ground of reds and purples and blues that just seem really strange. Parts of the canvas are stretching, burnt, while other parts seem to deepen as if they've become real in some strange way, but it seems really damaged. The other one is knocked out of its easel and it rotates in the air before just hovering there. And the next up is the painting you just hit, which is currently concentrating on a spell. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
All of us or who?
Just Lark. Actually, sorry.
That is gonna be that's an 8, 10 minus 2.
You feel a force, an invisible force of some kind, seems to close around you and yank you into the ground, slamming you against the ground, and you cannot move or get up. There's something pressing you against the ground. Since 10 feet, I don't think gives you falling damage. You have to be over that. You don't take any falling damage, but it hurts. And whatever it is holding you against the ground. And that's all it can do. So next up is Arthur with Rerek on deck.
So quick above game locations of things. Rerek was holding that painting, but then it floated up. Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of floating in front of him. It was basically kind of in the same spot that he kind of let go. The other painting is immediately to its right. They were very close together, so the paintings are floating kind of in the air very close.
Oof. Hang on. Yeah, I don't want to hurt Rerek. Okay. Then I'm gonna...
Andy's name.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire at the one that looks like it's pretty close to dead.
That's what I was holding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the
All
one.
right, shoot it.
Okay, and now wait, that one cast the spell?
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna fire at the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at the other one. And that's a 28.
Yep, that definitely hits.
I was this close to a crit. That was a natural 19.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm gonna roll. And that's 11 piercing.
11. Yep, you hit this thing. The arrow just goes straight through the canvas, leaving a sort of star-shaped puncture through it with cracked paint. It looks like it kind of bobs and its glow dims a little bit. It seems very injured.
Lovely. That is gonna be it for me, and I probably should have Hunter's marked it, but whatever. I'm gonna go for Jasmine's pounce on the one near Rerek.
Uh-huh.
So that is actually, how far away is the painting? She might not be able to pounce.
It's probably like 10 feet.
Yeah,
I think she
can't
has
do
to
a
move
pounce,
20
but
feet in a straight line.
20 feet straight line. Yep. So we'll just go for a bite attack.
Yep.
And that's going to be a 12 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Perfect. And then that's D6 plus 5. So that's going to be 6 piercing.
Yep, that definitely does it. She bites into the corner of the frame and gets a bit of the canvas, and crack, the frame snaps. And the canvas seems to float free for a moment as the frame drops to the ground, crashing, before the canvas begins to move, swirling around before forming is a rectangle, a very large rectangle floating in the air that is of the location of this painting, but there's no longer any paint splotches or canvas texture. It looks like it's straight up a portal that has now appeared in the air. And that is the end of your turn, I believe.
Yep. I feel like we may have fucked up here.
So, Rerek, it is now your turn.
I have a question. So is my fire breath like separate from my breath weapon?
No, they're the same thing.
But yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So you used your breath weapon on the vat of ichor,
Yeah,
so you don't
That
have
was-
it.
that's bad. Let me just use another firebolt on the remaining one that's not a portal yet.
All right. Roll to hit.
It's an 8.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, wow.
These
okay.
things are not hard to hit, surprisingly.
Yeah.
They don't seem to move out of the way or anything. They just float there. And also, it had 1 hit point, so you blast through it. And once again, the frame drops clattering to the ground, but the canvas swirls and creates another portal, this time a tall rectangular portal as opposed to a landscape portal that are now hovering there in the air. They seem to drip light onto the floor, and it pools and slithers across the floor, almost like it's alive and a liquid, but also light. And it seems to be still trying to be a painting, but it's clearly a rip in reality. And there are now 2 of these.
Okay.
So next up is,
Wait, we're still in combat?
yes, you are.
I don't like
Good.
this at all.
Next
I
up is
don't like
Percy.
this at all.
So both of the paintings are like feasibly destroyed, right?
Yes, they're portals.
Percy's even like, what do we do? Like, what? Anybody have any idea what's going on? I guess I'm
Mark
just
is
gonna
gonna be like, it made me touch the ground.
oh, boo-hoo! You're fairy. Do these portals look like fairy world?
Do they?
No, they do not. You
Mark-
would recognize if they did. They do not.
Yeah.
Also, you are no longer under whatever force is pinning you to the ground.
Ooh.
That is gone.
I guess I'll just like prepare an action of just like I'll cast guiding bolt if something comes out of one of the portals.
All right. Yeah, so next up is the other painting. So it
The one on
seems-
the ground.
No. The
Oh,
tall
okay.
rectangular portal, I should say, is up next.
Okay. Great.
It actually
okay.
moves towards the ground, hitting it at a perfect right angle and slithering forward. And it darts directly under your feet, Arthur. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Let me double check a thing.
Don't get transported.
No, I'll be fine. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Critical failure.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
no.
this portal darts towards you. The landscape seems to change as it moves, as if this is just a window that is just changing shape. It gets to you and you fall through the ground. And you all
What
see
the
him
fuck?
fall through the ground.
oh shit.
You land. You actually fall a distance. I forget what fall damage is. I think it's a d6 every 10 feet after 10
Let's
feet.
take a look.
Sounds right.
It is a 1d6 bludgeoning for every 10 feet to a maximum of 20d6.
Jeez.
Okay. So you would fall 30 feet. So that's 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
Fabulous.
Wow.
So that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ground. And
Ow.
you see there are rocks similar to the ones that you would have seen, this weird sort of purple environment with a weird blue sky. And these strange looking, angular, almost geometric rocks are scattered around, and you wobble as you look around before you spot a mound of red flesh
Oh my lord.
in the room with you, in this place, this pit that you seem to be in. It has eyes that open and close, sinking into the flesh, mouths that rip themselves open, filled with rows upon rows of teeth before sealing themselves back up. And you hear whispers in a language you do not understand as it begins to move slowly towards you. And that is the end of this thing's turn, which means we are back up to the top with Lark. And the other painting, or I should say portal at this point.
Right.
So do I go before it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we just saw Arthur just get out of the room.
Yeah, the portal moved, slithered across the ground, and before he could leap out of the way, it darted under his feet and he just fell through the floor.
Well, that looks problematic.
Oh, I also have to roll initiative for this thing. Great.
Oh my goodness.
Lark's gonna fly again to get away from the people devouring portal. And he's just gonna be like, probably shouldn't do anything to that one until we can figure out if we can get Arthur back. But he's gonna
Can we do anything to them?
let's find out. He's gonna cast. He's gonna hex the cube one.
The landscape or portrait?
I guess the portrait one. The one that didn't swallow Arthur.
So the landscape.
Yeah.
One that's currently in the air. Yes.
He's gonna hex it, and then he's gonna Eldritch Blast it.
All right. So you're hexing it for what?
Dexterity? I don't know what ability checks a portal needs to make against us. But yeah, I'll hex it, say dexterity for any dexterity checks, but I'm just trying to get her. 17 plus 6 is a 23.
Yep, that hits.
So a d10 plus a d6 of necrotic damage.
Uh-huh.
5 force damage and 4 necrotic damage.
So
9
5
damage
and
total.
4, so 9 damage in total.
9 damage in total. I wasn't sure if it took separate kinds of damage depending on what damage type it
No,
was.
it does not seem to take separate types of damage.
Okay, so
Did it-
9 total.
Did it take damage?
You hurl your bolt of night into this thing. You hit part of it, and it seems to shatter. The pieces float in the air and seem to move in 3-dimensional space with extra sort of beams of light coming out from it. And this liquid, almost like paint, begins to come off from the edges of it and kind of float in the air. These things can take damage.
Yeah, I think we can hurt them. I just did that to it. Probably shouldn't try it too bad on the one Arthur's in, but I'd rather not.
How do I get out of here?
We're
Dun, dun,
working on
dun.
it.
Holy crap.
So next up is the portal you just hit. And out of it flies 3 individual creatures. Weird, tiny little balls of flesh with eyes, with a single eye, and stalks with eyes on them, and a gash for a mouth with weird teeth come flying out of this portal and begin zipping around. And this portal is going to move towards you. It drips down onto the ground once again and moves towards you, moving underneath of you and also underneath Percy. So Percy.
Can I cast Guiding Bolt first? My prepared action.
Yes, you
on the
can.
thingy? Cool. I'll just target one of the guys, I guess.
Yes.
All right. Does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
Sweet.
You're doing what? One of the flesh balls?
One of the flesh balls.
Mhm.
Yummy.
Rodin.
That is 4d6 radiant damage.
Mhm.
3, 9, 12, and 16. I don't add anything to that, do I? So 16 damage, and it's now glowing.
Well, it actually isn't glowing because as the bolt hits into the flesh monster, the flesh ball, it just explodes. Also, are you still concentrating on detect evil and good?
I can roll for that if I need to.
You didn't take any damage,
So then, yeah.
so
I think it's
you're still
going.
concentrating on it.
Yes.
Okay. These things that just flew out of this portal are aberrations.
Neat.
Lovely.
And while you give me, because I don't think it can, yeah, you're flying now, Lark.
Yeah,
I
I'm
believe.
back in, I'm airborne again.
So you don't have to make the saving throw, but Percy, you do have to make the saving throw.
Yes.
Gravity's for losers.
All right.
Thanks, Lark.
Dexterity saving throw is going to be to 15.
The portal comes zipping towards you and you leap out of the way as it whoosh, goes right to where under your feet would be, and it stays there, but you have successfully avoided whatever this thing is trying to do.
Sweet.
So we just did the other painting. So, oh my goodness, I've had to add so many things. So next up is, I believe, yes, Arthur. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell is next. Oh, one of the things is next. Okay, so you're up right now. Also, actually, could you make a saving throw for Jasmine to see if she dropped in here with you?
She was actually in front of the other one. Because she
Right,
had,
okay,
yeah,
so she is not
she's
in
standing
here
by
with you.
Rerek.
She
Yeah,
is not in here
unfortunately.
with you.
Nope. So I'm gonna where are my spells? Hang on. I'm gonna Hunter's Mark and Fired Bow.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, no, I lied. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna upcast Hail of Thorns.
Uh-huh.
Is what I'm gonna do. So if I hit, we'll address that.
Okay.
So that is going to be firing the longbow, and that's a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, excellent. So quick longbow damage.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be 12. And then I need a Dex save, please, for Hail of Thorns.
It is not very dexy. 15.
Okay, hang on.
And you
And
said
that
12
is-
for the longbow damage?
Yes, 12 for longbow damage. Okay, so it passes the save, so it's just going to take half, which is 5. An additional 5 piercing.
All right.
And I'm just gonna run back. Like what's my max? I'm gonna run back 30 feet, like just away from this thing in the other direction.
You actually can't run
Come on,
that
boy.
far back. You seem to
What?
be in a pit that is 30 feet by 30 feet.
Lovely.
You are
far can I
almost
go? I wanna
against
get
the
away
wall.
from it.
You're
Oh,
almost
God.
against the wall, but it is in the opposite corner.
Yay. Okay, then that's it for me. Then it's good. I guess it's just gonna be Jasmine. So the other painting-y thing
Uh-huh.
went underneath what? Oh God, she only does physical damage. You know what? I'm gonna have her run up and try to bite attack one of the flesh ball aberrations.
All right. Go ahead.
So that is 23 to hit. I'm sure
Yep, that hits.
Okay, and that's D6 plus 5 piercing. So that's going to be 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing damage?
Yep.
All right. Well, she doesn't kill it, but she bites into it and it makes a horrible noise as it wiggles in her mouth before she lets it go. And so you said it was 7?
Yeah. Yep,
All right.
7.
Cool. All right. So after Arthur.
You know what? Real quick.
Uh-huh.
So if she's got plenty of speed, she's got plenty of movement. Can I have her just like run as close to Percy as she can get?
Yes, she will take an attack of opportunity from this thing.
The portal thing or the flesh ball?
The flesh ball.
Yummy.
Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
All right. So this thing tries to twist around and bite at her as she drops out of the air and she runs over to Percy. All right. So the next thing is the thing you are in the room with. The strange flesh monster moves 10 feet towards you. The whispering gets louder, but it cannot do anything.
Thank Christ.
Next up is one of the flesh balls with Rerek on deck. So one of the flesh balls is going to turn to Jasmine. And oh, that's interesting. Okay. And it's going to shoot her with a beam that comes out of one of the weird eye stalks. And
Gross.
I need her to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck, of course you do. Okay.
She is full of wisdom.
Ugh, 5.
She is frightened until the start of this creature's next turn. So as she's hit with this laser, it seems to cause her to tense up. Her eyes go wide as she definitely is giving off a lot of fear responses.
Okay.
And it's going to shoot. It's going to shoot Percy. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Cool. That's not good. That's gonna be a 9.
Ooh, as this beam hits you from this weird flesh ball, it hurls you into the wall. And you slam into the wall. Oop, as I hurl the dice into space. And you're going to take a point of bludgeoning damage as you're slammed into the wall from this thing. And that's the end of its turn, and it's Rerek's turn now. Let me check what's up next. Percy's up next.
Okay. I want to do magic missile.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember how many slots I got since leveling up. Like how many darts? Because originally I have 3.
Well, it depends on what spell slot you use. So at first level, you get 4 darts, and then using a second level one, you use 5. So it just depends on which spell slot you pick to use.
Can I do the 5 one?
Yes, so you'll be using a second level spell slot.
Second level. And I want to do, shoot, 2 on the portal that tried to get Percy,
Mm-hmm.
and then 1 each for the meatballs.
All right. So roll for the portal.
Okay. Which do I use? The D4?
D4. It's a D4 plus 1 for each of the bolts.
So it's 4. 4.
Uh-huh. So 4 and 4.
2.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and then a
that's
2.
so that would be 10 for the portal.
Yeah. Oh,
And then what one for one of the flesh balls?
2. Is that a 3?
2. Yeah, that would be a 3 because it's a D4 plus 1.
Okay.
And then the
Another
other flesh ball?
Another 2, which is another 3.
All right. So
And
you blast out all of these darts.
isn't
And
there 3 flesh balls?
no, one of them was exploded.
Oh, okay.
Percy got one of them.
Okay.
So you send out these darts, smashing into the portal, smashing into the flesh balls, but these things seem to still be alive. So Percy, you are up now.
Cool. So was it 1 or 2 of the flesh balls that are still alive?
2. Both
Cool.
of them look very badly hurt.
Gotcha. I guess I'm just gonna whack one of them with my mace.
All right.
I think-
The one closest to you is probably the one that Jasmine grabbed and bit.
Cool.
And it's looking real hurt.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a little melee attack here. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a 15 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Sweet. And I believe I have a D6 mace. Yes. And I add, what do I add to mace attacks?
Your strength.
Cool. I've got a 6 plus 3, 9 damage.
So you take your mace and you just hit this thing, and it's like spiking a volleyball. You hit it with a downward swing, and it's almost like you hit a volleyball. You spike it into the ground, and it leaves this splatter of green goop on the floor as it lets out kind of a rubber ducky squeak as it bounces on the ground, and it lays still and motionless on the ground. It is dead.
It is dead.
Is there anything else that you can do or would like to do?
No. Like, I'm just gonna go. Ugh. That's my turn.
All right. So the portal that is underneath of you is going to, or that was trying to get underneath of you, is going, that released these weird flesh balls, is going to move and try and get back under you. Dexterity saving throw, Percy.
Kindly refrain from doing that, please. That's I rolled really good. What's my modifier? Saving throw. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Yeah, you definitely dodge as this thing comes out and tries to swallow you up again, and you dodge it with ease. So back up to the top, which would have been one of the flesh balls, but now is Lark again.
So we still have one flesh ball and then both portals, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you are not aware of what Arthur is
Oh,
going through inside of his portal.
So we can't actually see through the portal to see what Arthur.
No, you
Okay.
can't see through the portals.
I'm still gonna just try to pin the portal number down before anybody gets sucked into the other one. So I'm gonna attack the one that I hexed. I think I'm gonna do Chaos Bolt this time.
Ooh.
Use a first level spell slot, and that's a 10 to hit.
What did you get?
A 10 to hit.
That is actually just enough.
Ooh, okay. Yep. And now let's see if we like do what we usually do, and I just roll the type of damage that either
That
does
they're
half
immune
damage-
to.
But let me see. It is. I'll at least get a little bit of hex damage off. We know necrotic works on
Very
it.
true.
Load. I was gonna make a dirty joke there, but I didn't. For your fit viewer at home. 3. I mean, it worked earlier, so I rolled a 1 and a 3 on my D8, so I'm gonna choose fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I'm not gonna fish for that one. 5 fire damage total.
How much fire damage?
So 5 fire damage and 5 necrotic damage.
So you hit this thing with another chaos bolt. It's rainbow energy forming into this reddish fire that bursts across its surface. It cracks and twists and warps, and once again it has that weird broken glass liquid floating in the air. It is definitely way more damaged, but it is not down for the count.
Can I, for a bonus action, I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell.
I believe you can only quicken a cantrip, if that's, yeah, you can only quicken a cantrip because you used a level spell.
Because I used a leveled spell, so I'm gonna quicken an Eldritch Blast, but I'm gonna use my Fey Wild Shard to roll on the Wild Magic table, because why not?
Yes.
Fun.
Ooh, interesting. Let me get my player's handbook back out. So roll to hit with the Eldritch Blast first.
A 14 to hit.
Yep, that hits. And then roll the damage.
Let's just use this one. That is going to be 2 force damage and 2 necrotic damage from the hex on the hit.
Okay, so that's 4 total.
Yep.
And then roll me a D100.
This way, if you get fireball centered on yourself, Arthur is in a different dimension, so he'll be good.
Hey,
I don't know. I don't think I have a D100 proper. I have a percentile die. So I have like 1 to 100 and then a D10. Well, that'll work for this, right?
Yeah, that is
Works.
what a D100 is,
Oh, okay.
technically. No, I'm not requiring you to get an actual D100. Those things are hard to roll.
I got a 97.
A 97.
So, almost an A plus.
You are surrounded by faint ethereal music for the next minute.
Good.
lovely.
Okay.
It's just like
Yay.
elevator music starts playing.
Yeah.
It's lively. It's lively. Hell yeah.
It's like,
Oh no,
is
my
music
page is
playing?
flipping.
What's
So
what's
yes,
happening?
lively elevator music begins to play as the tip of your wand that was the Feywild shard that fused to it glows for a moment, and magic seems to shift and warp, almost as if something exciting were to happen, and then elevator music begins playing.
Lark's just like, this is a bop.
Just like back home.
This hit #1 on the charts for 6 weeks straight back in the Feywild.
What are the charts?
Ice grind
Um,
Seacrest.
So next up is the portal that you just hit. And it's actually going to rise up towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Lark.
At least I'm better at these than strength. Where's my dex mod? +2. So here we go. 14.
This portal tries to get you, but you twist out of the way and it glides past you. You are completely safe. Oh my goodness. Next up is Arthur.
Fabulous.
You are still in the pit with this really
Yep.
bizarre, weird thing.
It's Yogs to Thoth.
Yep. Okay. Hunter's mark and the bow.
Uh-huh. Alrighty.
Okay, so that is. Hello. The hell? Okay, sorry, that took a second to load. 21 to hit.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Okay. And that's going to be 17, including Hunter's Mark.
All right. You are definitely shooting. Oops, I marked off the wrong hit points. You fire another arrow and it hits into this weird fleshy thing that warps and moves, but it still is alive and hanging on.
Okay.
And next up is it.
Jasmine?
So it's, oh, right, Jasmine.
Yeah. So, question. So, where Jasmine is, near where Percy was, how far away is the portal that I fell through?
I'm going to say probably like 15 feet.
15 feet. Okay, that works. So, above game, here's what I'm trying to go for, but I need some information.
Okay.
So, I want to try to have Jasmine run to the portal, jump through.
Uh-huh.
Depending on how far away this creature is, run up and attack. But I'm wondering if I could do like a dex or acrobatics save to have her like land on her feet since her HP is not that high.
Yes, it would half the damage. You can try and make a dex saving throw if you fall to half the damage, but
Okay.
you are falling. Because she is a panther, I will give her
Right.
like 10 feet where it won't count, and then the rest of the
Okay,
10
so
feet
just
it'll
20.
count. Yeah, so it'll be 20
Okay.
feet instead of 30 feet.
So we'll just assume she like lands where I'm at, like where I fell.
Yes, you'd be.
Okay.
Yeah, she'd land very close.
So then she would have an additional 35 feet to move. Would that get her to the creature?
This
Okay,
place
then
is
we're gonna
only
go for
30
that.
feet by 30 feet, so she definitely has
Right.
enough
Okay.
room
So
to dart
and
up
she
to
would
it.
still have 5 feet. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have her jump through the portal, and she's falling. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go for that dex save. Let me check her dex.
Uh-huh.
She is a 16. Okay. So let's roll that puppy. Oh, thank God. 22.
Oh yeah. So,
so
she'll
that's-
only take 4 points because I rolled a 6 and a 2. So she'll only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as she lands and then darts forward towards whatever this weird flesh thing is.
Okay. So let's do 25. And then I don't suppose this thing can be knocked prone.
No. It's a blob.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
It's like trying to tackle a beanbag chair and say I knocked it over. It's a
Right.
beanbag chair.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I'm still gonna go ahead and like have her run up, go for the bite attack.
Yes.
Let me see here. So that's gonna be it just tipped. It almost didn't, but it tipped over. To 21. That's 21 to hit.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Okay, and that's gonna be 6 piercing damage.
Yeah, she takes a good old chunk out of this thing.
Yeah. Can I have her then just like come back the 5 feet that she's got left?
Yes. It will
Opportunity
attack, yes.
Mother trucker. All right.
Are you going to take that risk or?
You know what? It's probably going to attack her next turn anyway because it moves 10 feet. So no, I'm just gonna say I'll leave it. I'll just let her stay there with bitey bite and then just stay.
All right. So yes. Next up is its turn. This weird
The blobby
flesh thing.
Yummy.
Yes. And it's going to, a mound of this flesh moves forward at her and rips itself open into a mouth to try and bite her. And it rolled horribly. It definitely misses. It rolled a 4 and it has a +2. So it
totally
misses.
missed.
She kind of cat-like reflex ducks out of the way as it and another mouth rips open, squishes together and spits at her.
Ew.
And she needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that shouldn't be too tough. Okay. 13?
Yes, that just makes it. She dodges this glob of acid that splatters across the ground, and steam rises from it. And that is the end of its turn. The flesh ball on the outside is going to keep going for Percy. It's going to this time dart up and it's going to bite you on the arm.
Rude.
Does a 14 hit?
Don't believe so. Was the wrong sheet. No.
It clonk, grabs onto the armor and lets go, still floating there, its weird eyes looking everywhere. And that is the end of its turn. It has a pitiful attack. Oh my goodness, I have so many things. So Rerek, it is your turn.
Okay. So where are things?
So there's still the one flesh monster that is next to Percy. There's the portal that flew up after Lark, and there's the portal that is underneath of Percy.
Okay. I want to do a firebolt on the portal that went after Lark. Let's get rid of this thing. Let's not get another person teleported.
Uh-huh.
And what do I do again?
You're going to roll for an attack since you're using Firebolt.
Oh my gosh. Here's a 5.
You gotta. Did you add your spellcasting ability? It should say on your sheet what that is.
Where do I see that again?
On the page with all of your spells, there should be a number that's like plus something. You add that to every attack roll that you make with a spell. Except for Magic Missile, because Magic Missile always hits. So it should be the third page.
I can't find it. Oh, plus 5. So it's a 10.
Did
Yes.
you doesn't your new spell focus also add +1 to that?
Oh, yes. So it would be plus 6,
Okay.
which is plenty.
11.
You hit this thing with your firebolt. So roll damage.
16.
And which one are you shooting?
The portal at closer to Lark.
Okay. Yeah, so you flick your firebolt and it hits, washing over all of the sort of weird liquid, and it vanishes. However, there is still that one trying to chase after Percy, which I believe, Percy, you are up now.
Sweet. So it's just one little meatball guy
Yes.
and the 2 portals.
Well, one portal. The other one was destroyed.
Gotcha. Yes. I guess I'll just finish off the meatball boys, and I'll just give another whack with my mace. Yeah, it's a real good roll. It's gonna be it's a 19 to hit,
Oh yeah, that hits.
and then a d6. That's gonna be 7 damage.
Ooh, not quite.
Dang
You
it.
hit it, and once again, it kind of makes that weird rubber ducky noise as it spins in the air. Its eye stalks droop, its eye looks unfocused, and a portion of its lip is hanging down, but it
has a
is
lip?
still very much alive.
I think that's pretty much all I can do.
Yep. So next up is the portal at your feet that's going to make another move for you. Dexterity saving throw, please, Percy.
Okay. Well, I rolled pretty good again. That's an 18.
Yep. Once again, it tries to pull you in, but you deftly dodge it.
Too cool.
And then back up to the top with Lark.
The Lark's just gonna be like, if we destroy the portal, what happens to Arthur?
I don't know.
Did I
Maybe it's some
destroy the
rope
wrong
or
portal?
something?
We haven't destroyed the portal that Arthur got sucked into yet. While we talk about this, though, Lark's gonna. So as part of Hex, you can maintain concentration for an hour with a first level spell slot, and if the creature you hexed dies, you can move it to another creature with a bonus action on your next turn. So I'm gonna hex the other meatball boy as my bonus action. I'm just gonna move the hex to it, and Lark's just gonna cast an Eldritch Blast on it
Uh-huh.
to get it all out of the way.
This thing looks really hurt. So if you hit, you're probably going to kill it.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal 15, or it's 15 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yeah, and some amount of necrotic and force damage.
Yeah, all you need to do is get a 3.
12 damage total.
Oh yeah, you blast this thing and it just meat chunks everywhere. Now, the only thing that, at least to your knowledge, is left is the portal that is trying to dart at Percy.
What do we do? Lark just calls before his action and after he kills the thing.
Does anybody have
Jomungandr.
rope or something? Like, no.
Oh.
I don't.
It's not.
The only person who carries rope just got eaten. Just got eaten by that thing.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
poke your head in there?
Why don't you stick your head in there, Rerek?
It seems like a pretty quick way
Oh
to
yeah,
get
I have a longer
eaten
neck.
by the portal. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to start looking for stuff to like lower when we have our turns.
So I guess we'll just move. We just had Lark. So that means Arthur is up next.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna
Oh wait, can I talk? I'm gonna talk. Arthur, I have an idea. Arthur, can you hear me?
yeah, I'm kind of busy.
Do you have rope?
Actually, yeah, above game I do. I just don't know how long it is. Hang on.
I think it's 50 feet.
You're right. It is 50 feet actually. So it'd be long enough to. I don't know how to throw a rope.
Tie it
50
to an
feet.
arrow and shoot it up here.
That's smart.
I mean, but also giant blob monster. So
I
it
mean,
hasn't
you do
moved,
you.
actually. Yeah, I'm gonna try to kill the thing. I'm gonna try to kill the thing. That's what I'm gonna
All
do. I'm gonna
right.
try to kill it. Shit. Jasmine's within 5 feet, so she'll take damage for Hail of Thorns. Arthur wouldn't do that. Balls. I'm gonna longbow that fucker.
All right.
Okay. And that is a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And 10 piercing.
Ooh, that makes the math easy. Yep. All right, so you hit it with another arrow. Now, dun dun dun, things. Actually, I can take this out. Okay, she needs to make a strength saving throw and a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck me.
Because she's within a lot of radiuses.
God damn it. Why does my poor Jasmine always get so hurt? Okay, so here is nope. Strength.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck. That'll be a 4.
The ground around her seems to also have bits of this weird flesh monster, and some tendrils of flesh wrap around her feet. Her movement speed is currently 0.
Oh,
Now the
fuck,
wisdom
Jazz.
saving throw.
Okay, now that one is a 17.
Oh yeah. You get the sense from her that whatever it's whispering, it's a maddening force poking and prodding at her mind. But she's holding on.
Surprising. Her wisdom is really low. So like thank
But
God for good rolls.
she can attack.
Oh, excellent. Well, her hang on. Her movement speed is 0. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
both her bite and claw attack are a reach of 5 feet, so that's fine.
Yes, she can just
Okay,
hit this thing.
yeah, I'm gonna go for a bite then.
Yep.
And balls! I was so close to a crit. That's a
Oof.
7 to hit.
Oh, she pulls at her paw and makes a swing, but the tendrils grab and pull her paw back down. She didn't hit.
Oh,
Sad
poor
face.
girl.
Poor
So
Jazz.
next up is the portal that's going to make another attempt on Percy. Dexterity saving throw,
Ooh.
please. As it kind of, this portal seems to continually try and reach out for you.
It's gonna be a 13.
Yep, you save. So now it's everybody
Sweet.
on the outside. We'll just run initiative as everybody on the outside and then everybody on the inside.
Which is me.
Yes.
I guess
It's so desperate to swallow you. Do you want to ask it out on a date?
I did not hear what you said. I'm sure it was a very good quip.
Oh, it was. Oh, it was.
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's like anything I can lower in here?
There is, I'll just give it to you for free. Anything in this room, you have the 2 easels and the other painting.
Cool.
That's it. Everything else is what you've brought with you.
Can
Why
I,
does nobody else have rope?
I don't know, man. Why don't you have a healing kit?
I have a tail.
we can point fingers all day. Like, can I like lean over the portal and like shoot through it? or
You
will
cannot
shooting
see
it just like
through
shoot
the
the portal?
portal.
Okay. So if I shoot it,
You
it's
can
probably
shoot
just
the
gonna
portal,
damage.
though.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't. So cool.
Alright, so if we're going like just the people in versus the people out, can I just like with a bonus action move my hex onto the portal?
Yes.
And I'm just gonna be like, Arthur, tell me what this does. And I'm gonna shoot the portal with an Eldritch Blast.
All right.
See what it looks like from his end. That is
Oh. Arthur's just gonna like look up, just staring, waiting.
a 19 to hit the portal, so I think we've established that'll hit.
Yes, that will hit.
7 total damage between force and necrotic.
You slam the Eldritch Blast into this portal. More of it cracks and goops and shimmers. Nothing changes on the inside.
Nothing doing down here, bud.
Well, that's troubling.
Yeah.
Does that mean he'll get trapped in there if we destroy this thing?
Well, nothing came out of the other one when we destroyed it.
So
No, not wanting to take that chance.
yeah.
So we shouldn't attack anymore. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we sure?
Probably not.
I would go in there just to help him out.
You could come in here and help me kill this thing. I mean, it's pretty fucking big. So
Not to point fingers here, but Lark, you can fly. So you can probably just fly back out.
Grab his rope and fly it out the hole.
You want me? What if the thing in that portal isn't even actually Arthur? What if he's already dead?
You're a
risk I'm willing
thing
to
from a
take.
portal.
I'm not dead.
Is
All right,
Lark
so
a thing
let's
from a portal?
move back inside. First up, Arthur, what would you like to do? This thing is still here, menacing your cat.
Yep. And my poor Jazz is still stuck, so I'm just gonna fire my longbow.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
What'd you roll?
I think I just snapped my bowstring. Critical failure.
Oh no, I don't do that. That's I don't really like that. So you fire and it just sails over this thing's head so close it almost grazes, but it seems to, as it undulates, you mispredicted it and it over the head.
Great. Fabulous. All right, well then I guess we'll just have Jasmine go for another bite attack,
Mm-hmm.
which is a 15 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Thank Christ. Okay. Batting 1,000 over here. And that is 8 piercing.
All right. This thing is hanging on as she swipes at it. Actually, oops, forgot to make her do that. Once again, strength and wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, Jazz. That's a nat 20 for the strength.
All right. So as she swipes, she wiggles and slips her paws out as these tendrils try and grab back at her, but then back into the ground. She has her movement speed back. What's the wisdom?
Ooh, excellent. Wisdom's going to be 13.
Yeah. She still reports that these whispers are maddening, but she's holding on.
Fabulous. So with her movement back then, can I have her like run back
Yes.
towards me, my general vicinity area?
Yes, but this thing will get an attack of opportunity.
You know what? I'm cool with it. I'd rather have that than the restricted movement.
That is, does a 13 hit?
It does not.
So once again, another mouth forms, juts out, and moves back in, just missing her. She leaps and bounds away back towards you. And back out of the portal. What's everyone outside doing? As this thing does move 10 feet closer, which is the only thing it can do. It's now 20 feet away, I think.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So it's slowly making its way. Making its way
Slithering all
downtown.
blobby and gross.
It's making its way down fast.
I feel like Michelle Branch song, making my way downtown.
That's where I was going. Yeah.
Lark's probably just gonna be like, fine. If I don't come out of that portal, Percy, a curse on you and your family for 7 generations.
We're already cursed. What more can you do? Just get in there.
Lark's gonna fly into the fucking painting.
Yep, so you fly in pretty easily and you do see whatever the hell this thing is on the other side of the room, this weird rocky pit, whispering strangely.
Percy, it looks like another one of your exes is down here.
Hilarious, Lark. Hilarious.
And you do see Arthur and Jasmine backed up against the back wall as this thing is slowly rolling its way towards them.
Do you want to give me the rope or do you want help to kill this thing?
I mean, can I? Like outside of a combat turn?
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah.
All right.
This
well,
combat
then, yeah, sure.
encounter is a bit
Here.
weird anyway, so.
As it happens.
Okay, if he's gonna, I'll put the rope off of Arthur and then try to fly back out of the portal.
As you fly back out, dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity saving. That is a 10.
That is exactly what you needed. As you push your way out of the portal, you can feel this portal grab and try and pull back at you, but you out of its grasp, and you are holding the rope that is currently dangling into the portal.
Oh, it's so unpleasant.
All right, we need to secure it somewhere.
The easel.
Maybe not.
I'm sorry.
Is there any sort of structure in here we can wrap it around?
Not really, no.
Cool.
Well, it's gonna have to be our strengths.
I guess, yeah. What is it to hold it?
Yeah.
The two of you are strapping young men. Here, Lark's just gonna like take it.
I'm a skinny ass 7 feet tall dragon person.
I feel like the operative phrase was 7-foot tall dragon.
Yeah,
person.
yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'll grab it and like kind of gesture for Rerek to help me brace the rope.
And I hold it.
All right. So the two of you can make a strength check. Depending, I don't know if you guys are just holding it or if you're actually trying to haul him back up.
I don't think he's grabbing it quite yet.
I
Are
have
you?
not yet. No.
Yeah. So
Well, I
we'll
can
just
say
call
this
it
is all happening at the same time. We'll kind of drop initiative because you guys are clearly trying to get out of the combat. So we'll drop initiative.
Yep.
I mean, I want to kill the thing. I really do.
I was thinking
It
that to
looks
like kill
really
it first.
hurt.
We'll just
Yeah,
shout
no, I wanna
down.
kill it.
We're ready to
It
pull
pissed
you
me
up.
off and it hurt my cat.
All
It
right.
hurt my Jasmine.
Well, go for it.
That will not stand. I'll just fire another bow. Fire another arrow at it. Okay, and that's going to be 21 damage.
Yep. Will 21 to hit?
No, I'm sorry. It's. I was assuming it was going to hit. I don't know why. I just straight rolled damage. Okay, 27 to hit.
Yes, that definitely hits. And then 21
And
damage.
21 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, your arrow just hits this thing and it like almost splits in two and it almost deflates.
Yummy.
You even get some eyeballs that then slide out, still connected by this thin slime in his face. It just deflates. And it is now dead.
Gross. I killed it. So
Good job.
Good for you. Now grab the fucking rope.
okay,
How about
hang
the
on. I
cat?
have to figure out how to get Jasmine out of here. She can't exactly hold on her own. So you're gonna have to lower me some more rope so I can try to tie it around her.
The
Could
portal
you like
still
grab
has
onto your
action.
back or something?
You do have like 20 feet of rope to play with coming out of the portal.
Okay,
Does the
we'll
portal
lower a
like
good amount of
moving
it.
stuff?
Yeah.
The
That
portal
was too
can
much at
still
once.
do an action, right?
Yes, and it is going to start moving towards you.
Holy
Since
shit.
you are two targets standing very still, it's going to go
Good.
yes and move towards you.
Okay, I'm tying as fast as I can here. Just give me a second. Save her.
All right. We'll do some strength checks then.
Yes, both of you roll
Yeah,
a
let's
strength
go
check.
ahead and do that.
Oh, that's good. I did good.
Is 16 good?
I got
Yes,
a dirty
16
20.
is
I
good.
got a 21.
Okay.
Well, look at me.
Oh, he's
So
stronger
both
than
of
the
you
dragon
hold
man.
on as you feel the weight of both Arthur and Jasmine on the other end of this rope, but you do not move at all. You dig your heels in, and the rope is now taut. I don't know if you are going to go for climbing or if you're going to go for just pulling or both. I'll let you all
Yeah.
decide.
Just for the record, our combined weight is 230 pounds. So throwing that out there.
It's not that much for two athletic young men.
I bench more than that. Let's do this.
Said the
Hey, I
cleric.
weigh 200 pounds.
Lark's just like leaning. Lark's like, Percy, have you been putting on weight? He's gonna give some help action by
You
like
could help,
trying
you know.
to inflate Percy's ego. I'm just so small, and I mean, I know I look great. He's still shirtless. He's like, I know I look great, but these are fairy muscles. I don't have your mortal oomph, you know.
You've got that mage hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 10 pounds of force to good use.
Okay, fine. Lark's mage hand appears on the rope and starts pulling.
It
So
doesn't really make that much of a difference.
so right now it's just taught, do we need to make another strength check to try to pull, or do we need Arthur to jump off and pull up the cat, or what's the situation?
I mean,
Should
if
we
he's
destroy
tied
the
around
portal?
Jasmine and is holding onto the rope, I'll say that you can just pull him out.
Cool.
However, I will need dexterity checks from the both of you
Both
as you are
myself and
pulled
Jasmine.
out of the
Wonderful.
portal.
This is about to be all on you, Lark. Oh, I did okay. I got a 16.
I got a 11.
What? Oh, okay. My dex is gonna be 15. That's me.
Uh-huh.
And Jazz is a 3. So yeah, I'll just add 1 to that. We'll do that. Jazz is gonna be 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
So you both, as you pull yourselves out of this portal, you feel it still trying to grab and pull you, but you manage to get pulled out from it, and it is no longer grasping onto you, but it is still moving towards you.
Kill it.
Blast
Kill
once
it with
we're out of
fire.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say at this point you are out of combat enough to just walk backwards and just start throwing cantrips at it.
Yeah.
You destroy it. The portal shatters into shards and paint, and it swirls before disappearing, and the room finally goes dark. And since that combat encounter went really long, this might just have to be one gigantic episode. And I will say, with that, you all can level up.
Ooh.
Yay.
So you all will be
Gimme.
level 5.
Oh, our
Lovely.
cantrips go up.
Yes.
I'm taking that multi-class is what's gonna happen.
I'm
That's what we're gonna do.
All
I'm
right.
just
So I guess we should probably just end the episode. We don't
Just
have
call
enough
it.
time to do another episode. This is just going to be one mega episode.
Yeah.
The end of an arc. So that
You know,
is
I was in
and technical difficulties right at the end.
All good.
Well, that'll be it for episode 11 of Scion of the Dark House. Make sure you come back so that you can see episode 12 and see what happens and what new adventures these people get up to with their level 5 abilities. So, see you all next time.
I